Are you sure?
Locutors of Trek. On screen.
Hello, and welcome to Locutors of Trek Captain Convention. Tonight we will tier rank every captain we could think of that at least had a few scenes or a decent episode about them, or at least that they featured in. We're going to rank them from F to S. There's no E, just F, D, C, B, A, S, which stands for Star Trek. We were just over that before we went live. We were trying to figure that out. I am your host, Davan S9, and with me, as always, my co-cutor of Trek, Dave Puxley. Indeed, also known as Plain Simple Tailors.
Indeed,
and the Locutors of Trek. We have many names. So it's all about flavor, you know.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do here is we're going to go through our list here. Dave and I will go back and forth, picking captains to discuss here and try and rank. And we'll throw to one of our many panel members here. We have Jane and Dave Mater over here to the right of my co-host.
Salutations.
Producer Dave. Dave's got a lot of work to do tonight.
Yeah, a lot of work. Yeah, I'm running things behind the scenes. We're evaluating 44. No, it's more actually now. It's more like 46 captains tonight. This is exciting. This is exciting stuff.
Yeah, not in the least, Captain Ronald Tracy.
Captain Ronald Tracy, not a great one. Yeah, no, he.
Well, we'll talk about that.
We'll see how he does.
Do we have enough room for all the Fs?
We have enough room. I think they might all go to the F.
We'll see. Is there? I mean, it's not as bad as Admirals. It would be like all.
No, Admirals would be hard to find a good one. We'd be ranking them on how evil they are. Like that would be easier.
That could be a fun show. Could follow up to this one. How bad the Admirals are. And we also have below me here, literally, not figuratively, Kevin Millard. How you doing, Kevin?
Everybody? Good.
And also joining us, and also joining the Stanley Cup playoffs, Jody. How you doing, Jody?
I'm monitoring them, so we're currently the Leafs have not blown a lead yet. It's still 0-0, but they haven't blown.
It's early days.
Yeah.
Look, it's gonna happen before this show's over.
That's a pretty good call.
Is Jody Lightning?
No.
I'm
a fan of any team that takes out the Leafs in the first round, though.
I know you're not Leafs.
Anyway.
It's funny. I am a Leafs fan, and I'll say all the same things he's saying. But back to Star Trek. Let's kick it off here, shall we? Here's what I want to do. Yeah, why not?
All right, we're doing it. Let's do it.
All right. So here's what I'd like. I think we should do first here, co-cutor Dave.
All right.
Is I think we should at least attempt to establish a baseline here. So with our first
by
few
that, you
picks,
mean like criteria for judgments?
No, as in maybe try to find an example on this list of captains here for each of these letters, if we can.
Oh,
just with the panel may disagree, and we may not get there, but it just is a way to kind of steer our choices here a bit.
Start with somebody.
Let's try to establish a baseline. So I'll start here with one that I think may be the easiest S to agree on, and I'm going to throw to you, co-cutor Dave, to tell us why Jean-Luc Picard is S tier.
Well, it's because Jean-Luc Picard is Starfleet.
First time.
I mean, I think it's hard to overstate the degree to which Picard is in some way synonymous with the idea of a Starfleet officer, in the sense of duty transcending personal interest, in the sense of the good of the many outweighing the good of the few or the one, and in his adherence to diplomacy and crafting peace over conflict. I think Picard, especially in the fact that he makes it work so often while adhering to those principles, Picard is absolutely S tier material. Par excellence, you might even say.
Do we
I agree.
Yeah, go ahead.
I agree completely. Yeah, I think that Picard's easy S tier. You go up there, you say this is like the best of the best. Who's going to argue with it? Like everyone's. I think he's the gold standard. If you and it will be hard to match it. Anyone you put up to S, you have to match up to Picard. I think this is an easy low hanging fruit to pick.
Yep.
Jane?
Jody or Kevin, any disagreements there? Jane?
No disagreements, but you said
additions as well. Yeah.
That he knows like that the good of the many outweigh the good of the few, and he does that. But he also knows when the individual is more important, and he embodies all of those ideals of Starfleet.
Well, that's really beautifully put.
I would say my mother knows about Picard, and that's a big deal. She knows nothing about Star Trek. She knows Picard. Also, she mentioned Picard in her Mother the Bride speech at the wedding, saying he's my former boyfriend. So he's pretty big.
Big deal.
Big deal. He's a big deal.
All right. All right.
Big
And
deal.
then we here in the comments, we are streaming live here on Facebook, YouTube, and on Twitch. And Jaemeel saying easy F.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Waters. Might be an interesting one to put there. Okay, so
you can make him our baseline F pick for sure. Jaemeel just plugged that in there.
Yeah, we'll plug Tim Waters in.
We'll talk about him here in a second. I'll make him my next.
And everything Kevin said, I agree with. So I'll just. You don't need my spiel.
Hey, producer Dave, can you shift all the screens up top and have everything else below? That way, when I bring up these,
I think it can only do it at this side.
Try now.
Yeah, I don't think.
No.
So Chris Waters is Lower Decks. Is that the Lower Decks?
No.
He's Deep Space Nine.
Deep Space Nine, but he's the crew that was out in the boonies, manning their own ship. Okay.
Yeah. He only had one tour of duty. It was a mistake. He got his crew killed on that tour of duty. He doesn't listen to Starfleet. He just doesn't talk to them, so they don't tell him to stop getting his crew killed. No, Waters. Dead squad. Yeah.
Compounds one mistake with another, unfortunately.
All right. We'll say that was Jameel's pick. Over to you, Dave.
Oh,
let's see
me, Dave?
No,
Dave
my co-tutor, Dave. Yes.
Yeah, let's bounce. Actually, we just did an F tier, so let's go to an A level captain. Why? Well, let's try. I'm just looking over the list now for a reasonable pick for that. An A level captain. We could take Captain William T. Riker as A level, I would think.
Interesting.
And we can argue on that. That may be our first controversy.
Riker A.
Pick someone to make the case for Riker, Captain Riker. There.
Oh, let's see. How about Jody make the case for Riker here?
Okay, then I'm going to put him at a B.
You're going to put him at a B?
Yes.
Jody's going to argue for B.
He does make rash decisions that don't.
Well, we still have to find consensus. But go ahead.
Yeah, of course we do. But I would put him at a B. Because I can think of at least two people on your list that are better than him.
Okay.
And one of them you already picked.
Well, it's not like there's only going to be two people one in each category of S and A.
I think Riker.
Yeah, go ahead.
Riker's like an A, maybe. Like,
I don't know. After Picard season 3, he did let Picard sort of push him around on his own bridge, and make decisions for him.
Get off
and
my
bridge. That is not great. And then blamed him.
Yeah.
And in front of the like, this is not great captain behavior.
Would you say a slow start to becoming a captain, how he was hesitant or passed up on becoming a captain is a negative against someone to become a leader, or was that the right decision that he was making?
Sorry, trying a few.
Certainly, Starfleet pushes him with that line a number of times, right? But yeah, you're right. Whether that was true or whether he did benefit from that extra time as a commander is a really good question.
What about Jazzy Captain Riker from Lower Decks in Warp 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8?
Reckless.
He shows up just in time to save the day from the pack-led scourge.
He's way more reckless than a lot of other captains.
Of 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, come on now.
And one of his first original adversaries, I think, is a better captain than he is.
Riker, just based on Best of Both Worlds alone, where he wore the 4 pips for that one episode, he was the best captain ever.
He saved the day. I gotta say an A for Riker.
Fire.
Yeah.
He gets Picard back, then he defeats the Borg. A tier, I say.
A tier.
Huh?
I'm with it.
Well, that's 3 A's.
I disagree.
With Jane?
I'll leave him an A for now. We can adjust as we go along, correct?
Yeah.
No, this is it.
Yeah, I mean, there's strong arguments.
Written in stone.
Yeah, dropping up there for the moment.
All right. What was your sound clip for Dead Squad?
For Red Squad? Oh, sorry, I have that. Yeah. Waters.
I'm just curious.
You're Starfleet, you're Red Squad, and you're the best.
Best. Anyway,
Sam in the comments.
He's also the most
Riker is a
delusional.
B tier,
and that's why he's an F tier, right? It's the hubris. It's the
probably the most hubris we see on any captain, and he's only like 18.
We also didn't
what if he actually started accomplishing things?
We didn't play my Picard clip either.
First time any man's freedom is trodden on, we're all damaged.
Yeah.
I didn't dress up like my co-host here, but I am drinking Earl Grey tea out of a Cisco's Creole kitchen mug, so that's kind of double captain-y.
Or it's twice failed, depending on how you look at it.
Oh, Jody, I love you for being you. So,
they wouldn't serve Earl Grey tea at Cisco's.
Okay, they would never. Where are we at here? My God, I'm not used to using paper anymore. All right, there he is, William.
Paper?
All right, so let's try to find a D tier. Okay, I think I can find us a D tier.
All right, do it up.
Let's go with Captain Benjamin Maxwell.
Maxwell? All right. And I have a clip for him. Where is it?
The minstrel boy to the war has gone. In the ranks of death he will find him.
His father's sword he has girded on, and his wild harp slung behind him. I could do that all day. Anyway.
If you're going to sing every single one of these picks, this is going to take a long time.
I'm not remembering what this episode is about.
This is the Cardassian hater, right?
Crazy on the Cardassians, and then he's on the card. He's like, he will judge you a fool.
I'd say end of his career, fail. He
was a good guy before that.
Good guy before that, but fail.
He was. I know we're talking about a hero, a man who had I
don't know if he's
spotless
a D,
career
though.
until he made one mistake.
He made a big
even
mistake.
A C. Jody was even higher.
He made it over and over again.
He couldn't deal with the trauma of his family, and he let that destroy him in the end.
Right. And he took his whole ship and crew on this rogue mission. He basically went completely
I think there's an interesting argument there that his whole ship and crew are willing to follow him into the brink of destruction, right? There's something to be said for a captain who can inspire even a fatal run like that.
Right.
He's also a captain that clearly has PTSD. Like he clearly has that.
Oh my goodness, yes.
And
so
he's a grief counselor as well.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't necessarily make him a terrible captain. You know, we all make mistakes, and you know, sometimes we kill people, but you know, it's okay. Nobody's listening. But no, I'm just kidding. But I think a C is more fair for him.
Should you be judged on your worst action? Is that how we judge?
He's
people?
F. He's F. He's a court martial. He's done.
He's He's as a captain. He's out. F.
I would say he's D though, because he did better. I mean, the F tier, Waters there never did anything good.
No, and it was just.
Besides, you got to leave some space for Burnham.
Like Chief O'Brien doesn't suffer fools, and he looked up to Maxwell and said he's the best captain he's ever in the whole fleet, other than Picard. Like,
I mean, he's one of the many captains who sort of embodies a kind of Ahab typology, right? In that he's got an obsession that hollows him out.
Yeah, right? Cisco big time.
All right, I say D. What say you, Computer Dave?
Go ahead.
Me?
Go ahead. No, Locutor
Dave.
Oh, Locutor Dave. Computer Dave.
No.
I'm like, if you know my math skills, I'm no Computer Dave. Anyway, yeah, I'm happy with Maxwell at a D. Like he has an illustrious career, but his fall is catastrophic, and like he just tips over the edge so profoundly and quickly that like when he really goes, that he's a disaster.
Beautiful singing voice or not, like still a big fall.
Brian felt
well. That's 3 Ds, so we'll keep her at a D. All right. Okay. Moving on. What you got there, Locutor Dave?
Let me see who I can.
See if you can find us a B or a C.
B or a C.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I think. Now maybe I'm just evaluating him too highly. I think Morgan Bateson of the USS.
You don't even have him on this list.
We have him.
You added him?
We have him on the list. Yeah.
I think he could be a decent B.
And I don't have a clip specifically of him, but I do have a clip of.
We know him as a captain for less than 4 minutes. I don't understand how he's a B.
Listen to this one though.
While I was sitting in court, Starfleet was carrying out a secret investigation into the Packlet bombing. Led by Captain Morgan Bateson, this elite team learned of a Packlet connection to a known data fabricator whom they discovered had faked the incriminating footage of me. They pursued and captured this forger inside the Romulan neutral zone.
Are we playing the whole
Under
episode?
some rather invasive
so it's lower
from
decks.
Commander Tuvok, this forger revealed the true identity of the bombers.
Okay. Well, all right. I'm just saying, we got it. We got precedent. We got a lot here for Morgan Bateson.
I might have to disagree a little there. I think you might be thinking he's a little high. I'd drop him down to a C. I mean, one of the few missions we know he did, he got his people lost in time. His crew.
Yeah,
that's not great. No, it happens,
he got in a time loop. You can't blame him for his time loop. You know?
Yeah, that seems pretty common to be in a time loop.
Picard got out of it in like 19 days or something.
Picard only got out of it because he had an android.
But like, you know, if all the captains here, how many of them at the end of their story strands their crew in the future?
Not as many. Well, like Michael Burnham, she's one.
Well, 2 anyway.
Well, we'll talk about her too when we get there.
All that too. And like, you know, there's a few.
And oddly, I don't know if Rachel Garrett in certain ways strands.
Archer got his crew stuck in the past once.
But he got them out. Like Bateson and his crew are stuck in the future. Like they never get to see their families again.
Captain Freeman, they're working on the special ops things. They got all kinds of things going on. They're good. I agree. Morgan Bateson is a C tier, not a B tier.
Yeah, I agree.
Jody, Kevin.
There's not enough to.
I don't even know how we can. I don't even know why he's on this list.
Most of them are insulted we're even talking about him, so let's move on.
See, now, what's the argument being made there, though?
What do you mean?
Amount of screen time.
We
Well,
do
they just
need
don't want to talk
information.
about it.
We don't have
I
any
played in that clip.
on how
Everything
he
that was
does
all the
anything.
exposition.
Like he was stuck in a time loop, and then you have a clip that is most likely canon in Lower Decks that just mentions the dude's name. Like that's it.
Just you wait till we get to
And
that
all this stuff he
Bolian
did.
guy. Ooh.
So
Now,
it's
let's
all-
talk about him next. All right, so to my
All
next
right.
pick, Captain Rix.
That Bolian guy.
That Bolian guy who fans of Locutors of Trek will know.
Captain Rix. I
comes
have
up
him
on
here.
our show a lot.
Rix.
If you rank him by how often he comes up on Locutors of Trek, we're talking
he's
S tier.
He's in the
I'm
episode.
not
with
prepared
the,
to
with the
like
slug
put
things,
him in
right?
S tier. I guess I will for the
Dave,
moment.
why don't
but
you make the
What
I-
the
for that
hell are
Bolian
you
guy.
doing?
No.
No, this guy. Here's my Rick's clip.
And watch your back, Picard.
Watch
your
your
back,
back, Picard. And then he gets killed
He-
like the next minute.
doesn't that suggest that the guy we just ranked S tier needed the Bolian guy to watch his back?
Captain Rix
like-
of the USS
He was
Thomas
he was a step ahead of
as
Jean-Luc
played
Picard.
by Michael Berryman in the episode.
That dude's a
mhm.
Dear T Max. Like
Yeah, he's a D tier. I
No
agree.
way.
What? Whoa,
He and
whoa.
the
Max
other
D
captains
tier.
managed to work out the entire conspiracy
Mhm.
that those crazy slug creatures had going.
Yeah, he's in the
And
butt
in that-
plug episode.
In that very scene, Picard says that the 4 finest captains in Starfleet are here in this cave.
Okay,
he
C.
was just kissing
Maybe
ass.
C
So the-
tier.
Yeah, it was just.
He was
Right,
just saying
complimenting
hi. Like it was a nice greeting. It's like whenever I say, "Hey, Davan, I really think you're awesome." Like it's just a nice.
You never
greeting.
say that, Jody. You
I
never
know.
say that.
I'm kidding.
But he and Walker Keelan.
I like Adam's response in there. Who the hell is Rix? There you go.
He was,
That
he
explains
was in
it.
one C.
D tier
Was that
minimum.
conspiracy or what was it?
It was
No,
called.
I need
think it is
closing thoughts
conspiracy,
from
yeah, I think you're
Locutor Dave on that Bolian guy.
Listen, Captain Rix was a hero and a martyr to the cause of Starfleet, and
Martyr.
he had literally caustic farts.
True.
So,
Also true. And
if
still
that
commanded the
doesn't
respect of his
beat
crew.
Here, I don't know what does.
Bolian.
My vote
First
is B,
Bolian,
but
I
I'm
think we
willing
ever
to
meet.
go with the group consensus.
You vote
I
what
don't know.
now?
I feel like you guys have made a really great case for B tier.
Yeah, I would put him at B. That's 3 Bs.
Nice.
All right, B.
You know, when I got the
B
invite
on
on
Rix.
They have made an excellent case.
You know, when I got the invite on this, I thought we were going to actually take this seriously.
We know
Okay,
more
but
about Morgan
apparently we're
Bateson than
not.
we know about Rix.
Look, we've done the deep dives on Captain Rix over on Locutors of Trek.
I don't know how you could have filled more than 10 minutes on that.
Well, we've definitely done.
Well,
more
I
than
know
10
how
minutes on
you,
Captain Rix.
Davan, could have, but I don't know how Puxley could have.
I watched the C today.
If I
With
can
these guys.
if I can talk about for 1 minute about something, Dave Puxley can talk for 10. Okay.
He does tend to go on.
Sometimes it's the
Scroll a
quality
bit.
of the chat, though.
Oh yeah, well that too.
Yeah.
All right. So, all right, we have our baseline. So now let's just go
All right.
nuts.
Now we can. Yeah.
If this
Are
is
you-
our
are you listening to
baselines,
this?
we're screwed. All right.
No, that's pretty good. I mean, Bateson.
No, I agree with S and F. That's about it.
All
All
right.
right,
You managed with the margin, but that's it.
I'll throw a controversial one out here. All right, get the clip ready for this.
Yeah.
Captain Jonathan Archer.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
There's no controversy here, but I think Kevin should answer that question first.
Fortunately, I
should
don't
answer this
take
too.
orders from you.
Kevin, make the case for Captain Jonathan Archer.
I think I might put him in B tier.
I would agree.
He's okay. He makes some mistakes, but he's out there on his own without any guidance from the Admiralty at all. And
he's the one out there, Kevin. He has to make the
exactly.
decision.
He's the one out there. He's got to make the decisions.
Literally the same joke we use every time.
Yeah. So he's kind of feeling it out, starting to be more of the architect of what Starfleet will become, right? Like he's stepping on those landmines so they know where not to go, basically. You know what I mean?
He had to screw up so Riker would look good.
Yeah, he has to feel it out. And you learn from your mistakes, right? So
I took exobiology. I know the statistics.
The only thing I might add to try to perhaps sway people up to an A tier for Jody.
A, really?
Is, look, I was talking to cousin Dave here before the show, and I was considering nominating Archer for S tier. So, but A, okay, because he like I'm so like he was the right guy for that job. Okay, like if you were to put Jonathan Archer on the bridge of the Enterprise D, no, that's not going to go over so well. He's going to get the ship blown up most likely. Like he can't handle Tomalak in a battle of wits like Picard can. But he's the perfect guy for that first ship because he was a little different, where he was not so much about Starfleet regulations, but and that's part of his folly too, where he's more about human morality and things like that, and he tried to apply that to other species, and that often became a problem. But that is also, those very same qualities are the ones that actually allowed the Federation to be formed in the first place. Like all these, because of Archer's personality, pretty much entirely, all these other races, the Tellarites and the Andorians and the Vulcans, who all had a begrudging respect for this guy that they all hated. Like they all hated Archer, but they all like trusted him and liked him because they trust he was a genuine character. And I think
You're damn straight.
Because
that's kind of how I feel about
a lot of the yeah.
You know what, Davan? I very rarely agree with you, but I'm going to agree with you this time. I'm changing my vote to an A.
Hey,
I say C tier. C tier.
Oh,
C minus.
I'll go with an A. I just had a question. When did the Prime Directive, when did that come into play? Because I know that was part of Enterprise. Did he ever have that to fall back on?
It was after.
No. He thought about it. They talked about it. Never. So we didn't have that.
No.
So.
No.
But as Davan said,
like literally come up with a directive.
He could be. Yeah, he could be the guy who basically wrote it. Right, like
he's like like an entrepreneur and business or whatever, that type. Before everything's all set up, you got to have those people to start stuff off. Different personalities.
I think there's some clutch moments where he makes poor decisions, but yeah, I'm not too bothered if he sits in an A.
Well, A has the votes. I like it.
All right, he's A tier.
I think that's where he should be.
That's the first one I'm happy with today.
Uh-huh.
Well, second one.
All right. Over to you, Dave.
Well, here's another captain that, at least in her captainy role, we don't really see a whole lot of, so she may fall prey again to the Jody principle. Captain Philippa Georgiou.
Oh,
Giorgio.
This is Captain Philippa Georgiou of the USS Sanjo, and prove to you that now, as always, we come in peace.
You know what drives me nuts? She clearly says in that very first episode, my name is Captain Giorgio of the Shenzhou, and everyone keeps saying she's Giorgio of the Shenzhou, and it makes me crazy. It's like she clearly says it's not that. Stop saying it.
If it's
so she's F tier.
Stop saying Giorgio of the Shenzhou.
She's F tier. She's F tier because she doesn't even know her own name or the name of her ship.
I'd put her at a D.
D?
Yeah, because the guy with PTSD that clearly was good until he did one bad thing can be a D. I think she could be a D too.
Got herself killed.
Her mutiny with her first officer.
Had Michael as her first officer.
She had
That's a
Saru.
fail to me. What?
Actually,
Well,
yeah,
having,
that's a good point,
having
Jane.
as the first officer is a big problem in the first place, right?
Yeah, having her as your first officer automatically that should drop
Bad
you to at
choice.
least
Bad decision making skills.
Yeah, I get.
I think that was definitely her worst captainly decision. She was my favorite part of that show. As soon as they killed her, I was.
So the guy who killed a bunch of Cardassians, and the lady who had what's her name as the first officer. That makes sense.
Yeah, I put Giorgio as
I'm down with that.
What was that?
She seemed like she had a lot of potential, but then
like she's clearly at least as good as Bateson. Like she's easily a C. Like,
thank you.
It wasn't her fault. She trusted a bit too much in this one very flawed character. But like, she was cool. She was lighthearted. She like commanded the respect of her and genuine like of her crew. Yeah, getting rid of her was a mistake.
I go C tier on Michelle Yeoh or Shen's. What's her Giorgio?
Giorgio of the
Shenzo, or whatever it is. And so I think she was decent, for the 2 episodes we got her in, and then she's dead. So spoilers, but yeah, I feel like no better than this. Like I don't think she's no Rix. You're not gonna put her next to Rix.
She's no Rix.
Could she have avoided her death? Do you think? I'm trying to recall exactly how it went. I know the Klingon.
Well, like Michael Burnham had immunity on her, and then she had to get the ship back, and then there was a battle, and then they attacked the admiral.
She shouldn't have been there.
Well,
she died when her and Burnham beamed over to the Klingon bridge. She's the captain. She should have stayed on her own bridge.
Exactly.
She should have sent Saru there to die.
Bad decision.
The Klingons ate her.
Yeah, should have been Saru who died.
But that
and they did eat.
But that idea of keeping the captain on the bridge, that was not part of this time period. The captains did go.
Well,
yeah, because Archer went, so did
yeah,
Kirk.
True enough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
those regulations weren't in place yet.
Well, we had 3 C's. I guess that's where she was. All right.
Right.
Moving on. Okay. Let's go with a little more recent pick here. Well, I guess so is Giorgio, but I'm gonna go with Captain Liam Shaw. Todd Stashwick.
Get your bullshit story straight.
Where are you putting Shaw?
Let's throw that to Jay.
Oh, this is hard. I really, really, really liked him, but as a Starfleet captain, I think he was a little too jaded, a little too grumpy, not listening to his crew. So I have to go with a C. Even though I really, really liked him, and I'd even want to see a show with him.
Yeah, man, give me a Shaw show.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
Adam says mediocre. Jaemeel saying D tier.
D.
I would also put him in a D tier.
D.
He doesn't respect his first officer. Like he to have this adversarial relationship with your first officer that you created. Come on, that's no good.
Good character, terrible captain.
And
it's almost like she was assigned to him.
And the I forgot. So I would keep going, and then I'll jump back in.
He's a by the books guy, though, and he says that he's like, "I'm a by the books guy," and that's boring.
Thank you. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, he also says that he's
by the books. He doesn't take risks, and if everybody remembers Tapestry, that does not make a good captain. You have to be able to take risks. He's D tier captain.
What do you, Jody? What do you?
That was convincing.
I'm sold on Kevin's argument. I'm going D.
Me too, and I wanted him hired. Damn, Kevin, that was convincing.
I love him, but he's a shit captain.
Well, and how he held the grudge against Picard for Locutors, and maybe how Cisco didn't when we get to Cisco.
Yeah, I can go C or D on Shaw.
That he does call out the whole Badmiral thing going on with Picard there, right?
Yes,
because that's really who Picard is being at that point.
True.
Yeah, right. Picard's a Badmiral. Yeah.
In that episode, really, he is. He's like, what's his face in, the guy who's trying to age backwards.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that guy.
I've been you, Picard.
Mark Jameson.
Yeah, Jameson.
That's right. Thank you.
So what are you saying then, Dave? You saying C?
I would go C, but D is fine too. I think he's not an F. So he's no.
I meant the other Dave, but that's fine.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I would have put him C or a D happily. I think I probably would have voted a C, but yeah.
Jesus, that's 3 C's and 3 D's. We might have a tie here.
So do we put him back to?
What did you say, Jody?
I said D, but now that Dave, not cousin Dave, he gave me some things to talk about. So you know what? I'm gonna break it. I'm gonna make it a C.
Okay. Jody's the deciding
Because
factor.
even though I liked Kevin's argument,
I like it.
I also liked Dave's argument as well. A little bit more. Sorry, Kevin.
It's okay.
I still
all right.
love
Everybody wants to be wrong.
I do like him better.
Who's got the next pick?
He certainly didn't have a fall like Maxwell.
No,
that's true.
Okay, I'm gonna throw one to cousin Dave here. Cousin Dave, tell us about Captain Ronald Tracy.
Captain Ronald Tracy was in what episode? He was where is he here?
You got your Ronald Tracy clip?
I have no Tracy clip. I
don't even know the name. I have to see the person before I could.
He's in the episode The Omega Glory.
He was crazy, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was crazy. Right? He was completely crazy. Where is he on here? Oh yeah, Ronald Tracy, captain of the USS Exeter.
Oh yeah,
as played by Morgan Woodward,
the sister ship of
a fellow Woodward, Adam. You may recall, and I would put he's easily another F tier.
Oh, that guy. Okay, yeah.
Seconded. He's just like a chronic crime directive breaker.
In a very bad episode. In a very bad episode of Star Trek: The Original Series, he's a very, very bad Starfleet captain. He is,
which is hard to do in the original series.
He's like an F++. I would, he's almost.
He can't be worse than Waters.
He's with Waters easily.
He's definitely with Waters.
Waters actually is in disgrace where Grathor.
All right. I think we're all in agreement.
We're all in agreement? Okay.
Yeah, I think F is good.
I have no Ronald Tracy clip, so.
Yeah.
I don't think we're missing anything.
All right. Well, let's take somebody that we might all like more. Captain Spock.
Captain Spock.
Many I will throw this one to Kevin.
A tier.
A tier. Let's put him up here. And I will play. I got a clip here. 1 second.
There's an old Vulcan proverb. Only Nixon could go to China.
Yep.
For only one reason.
Of the classics.
Spock is great, but when he's a captain, he immediately gives command to Kirk when they have to go on a real mission. He's like, "No, you take it. You go."
He's like, "I have no ego."
Yeah, why is he an A tier?
Why he's more of a B tier?
Because he's still Spock, I guess.
Yeah, because he's still.
That doesn't make you a good captain.
No, doesn't.
We never see him doing much captaining. He was the captain of the Enterprise in Star Trek II, Wrath of Khan, when it was a training ship for cadets. So he did have that command, but we never really see a lot of him as just the captain. It was always the first officer or the second in command.
Yeah, but when he also does a good job when he takes command of the Enterprise.
Yes.
In those.
And especially in 6, where Kirk and McCoy are separated for a while in that movie.
Well, yeah, but not just the movies, but also the show.
Right.
he's not as good as a captain as Archer. I'm sorry. I'm putting him at a B.
I'm gonna agree with Jody. Jody, we're doing a lot of kumbaya tonight.
It's weird, man. I'm telling you. But the biggest issue that I have is the fact that because of his race and his culture, that actually puts him at a disadvantage because he can't think outside the box. He very rarely does. So with that, he follows Emotion never plays any part of it, and sometimes you have to be emotional as a captain.
But
We've
in the
seen
show,
that with Picard.
He uses McCoy all the time to be that part of him, and a good captain will do that. Will use the people underneath him to broaden his own mind, and you see he does that whenever
he does do that with McCoy. I will
McCoy
agree.
is always arguing with him that we need to do this other thing, and Spock almost always comes around.
Are we including Zachary Quinto Spock in this at all, or is that
this is Captain Spock?
This is
Captain
yes, yes, yes.
And like,
okay,
we're not judging the character; we're judging when he's a captain.
Exactly.
When he's
exactly. Yeah.
As a
He's
captain.
an S tier character.
Great captain,
but
terrible
as a-
captain.
Yeah,
me,
not as a character, but as a captain.
Yeah.
If we're
To me, that's
only
where this-
judging him as a captain, then he's F tier because he gave it up immediately.
I would
Well,
say
he's been in charge a couple times.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I'd say he's probably more of a B, but he's like a B plus.
Yeah, definitely not an A.
There's
Not
no
an
B
A as
plus.
a
Yeah,
captain.
B.
I mean, I think
B.
he's good enough for Starfleet to entrust their training flagship sort of thing to him. So he's got to be at least competent, right? Even though we don't see him doing much.
Which is perfect. That's the B category. He's like Rix. He's just like one of the most competent officers from what
Oh
we're
my
told.
god, Rix! What
But,
do you
like-
have such a hard on for Rix for?
Because
Right.
Picard says he's one of the top
He's
4
great.
captains in Starfleet.
You guys are on drugs.
He's that Bolian guy, Jody.
He
That's
was just
Bolian.
being nice.
He was USS Thomas Paine. You don't know?
USS
Their
Thomas
excitement is infectious.
I'd also say here that it feels like Spock is not as much of a captain as Riker. I think Riker is more of an earned
Yeah,
captain.
I agree.
Spock.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
this feels
I think we
right.
got it right. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we got that
Okay.
right.
Except for Rix. We don't have Rix.
I'm okay with Rick.
I'll trust Picard on it.
Perfect for that spot. I mean, he could be an A.
We never even saw him on a ship. He literally just stood in a bloody cavern with
Does he
Picard,
even
and
have a
Picard
ship?
gave him a
He had
gun,
pips.
and
He had
all
4
of a sudden
pips.
he's on a
He had a
beach.
ship name.
Oh my god! All right,
Great.
let's go with Captain Braxton.
I'm terrible with
Oh,
names, so I need to see which.
I'll
picture
make
it
the
is.
case for Braxton. Why not? Okay,
Braxton?
so Braxton.
Who's Braxton?
Let me tell you about Braxton. Braxton.
You twat. Now, this is all your fault. This is all you're doing.
Who's been here? Who took my pencils? Oh, always something
What's that?
missing. Quasi-Cardassian totalitarian.
It's Captain Braxton. He's the only captain on this list that's captain of a time ship. So there's that added responsibility. And of course, at some point in the timeline, he does become a criminal. So if we're counting that, he's not so great. But as far as being stranded in the medieval past, as he would say, even though it was like the year 2000 or something, by Janeway, and then becoming homeless, and they drugged him up and drove him crazy, and then he reclaimed his life after that and retook his post as the captain of the time ship. Now that's nothing to turn your nose up at. Now, again, he eventually becomes a criminal because he didn't quite get over his hatred for Janeway. But so he's I'd probably have to put him D tier. He's sort of like a guy who did well but had a big fall, like Maxwell.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
seems right.
Yeah.
I'd put him in a C tier just because he didn't like Janeway.
He was giving Janeway hell about
Just giving Janeway hell. She deserves
Yeah.
it sometimes.
Oh boy.
Little bump for
Well,
Andy Janeway.
Nah, D's fine. I'm okay.
all right, D's. All right,
Unless
back
anybody
to
else
you,
has
Dave.
something to complain about.
All right, back to me. Oh man. Oh, you know what? I'm going to throw up the only non-captain in this list. The only
What?
non-Starfleet officer in this list, Commander Thylak Shran.
Tyler
Played by the
Shran.
inimitable Jeffrey.
S.
What does he say?
Wonderful. I was going to argue for S as well.
Were you? Excellent.
Yeah. I think
The Andorian Mining Consortium runs for no one.
Man, that's my favorite Shran part right there. The mining
Shran is-
consortium bit.
Shran's like B tier.
He's a man
Shran's
of
B.
principle or a
I'd say.
Tangerine of principle.
So I have to ask, why are we talking Tran here?
He's like
Because Dave wanted to put him in.
Oh, okay, okay.
Archer's technically
cousin Dave.
Okay,
but he's Starfleet. You know,
I agree. I acquiesced because I'm like, they formed for the Federation. Maybe he was Starfleet once that happened. So who knows?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Shran, where does he go?
To me, he's. Did Jody? Who did you throw this one to, Dave?
didn't throw it to anybody.
Everybody just jumped on because of general
Oh.
enthusiasm about Shran.
Well, people love Shran.
I think that demonstrates something in itself.
Yeah.
But he always has the best intentions for his
Jody.
own first, which is a very important thing to be as a captain. I'm still gonna go S. I think he's a good captain.
S tier.
Yes.
For me, he's an A tier. He's like an exact contemporary and equivalent of Archer. He's no better well, he's maybe just slightly less good at his job than Archer.
So he's
but like not much better. No, like
season
just
1
like
Archer, or season 3 Archer.
Season 4 Archer.
Oh, okay.
I haven't got to that yet.
Yeah,
Archer
I
gets
haven't
better
seen-
at his job every season, and that's
I
how
haven't
it should
seen
be.
everything
He's
with
learning.
Shran yet, but from what I've seen so far, I would put him S tier as well. Because
I think that's 3 S's.
What?
3 S's?
Was it? That was
Despite
2 S's.
Despite
Oh no, Dave too. Right? Oh,
Dave
man,
Dave
that
said
is
S
3
as well.
despite all of his sort of hatred of the Vulcans and despite what
Yeah, not
command
despite
says,
all that.
he's
Just think about
always
he allows hatred to rule his decisions. That's
No,
not a
he's
good
always
captain.
good
That's-
at your ruling.
he's always seeking the truth
Mhm.
and what is right, and that makes a good captain.
What about the
really
constant racial slurs, Pinkskin?
Answer me, Pinkskin!
Answer me, Pinkskin.
In the end, he
is
always
decisive as
at least
well.
tries to do the right thing, even in tough situations. I'd put him S tier for sure.
Jane?
I disagree, but I'm not going to really fight it because I'm a little rusty on Enterprise. I haven't done a rewatch, but just okay.
You're welcome to join us
I
anytime
kind
you
of
want, Jane.
disagree with you guys, but okay.
You could join us on our Enterprise rewatch series at 8 on this channel.
I know. I have watched some of them. Yes, definitely. But yeah, I could do a full rewatch of Enterprise. It's been a
You
while.
can just go to all the Shran episodes and you'll get the gist.
I remember liking him and all that, but it just an S tier.
Adam, doesn't Shran operate like
Oh,
Maxwell?
shut up, Adam. Show up or don't talk. I'm just kidding.
Show
He's
up
got
or
a good
shut
point,
up.
though. Damn it.
Yes, he does. No, man,
don't-
like S tier's crazy. Like,
Besides
there's no way
Picard?
he's better than Riker.
Shran's amazing.
I'd fight
As
that.
a captain, I kind of think he is.
I think he is. Yeah.
Shran's like a B.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dave, what do you know?
Like an-
You're already out of this. We're
well, the
deciding
rest
whether
of
it's S or A. Like, come on.
it looks like the S's are taking the day,
kidding.
but I'm shocked.
I would put him with
It's not
Archer.
us.
He's maybe a contemporary of Archer, and then you're always the
I
same.
might
as
have to
Archer.
veto the S. I don't even know if he has
That's
those
pretty
powers.
close.
Does Jane have a veto?
She can tie
If
it
we have
up
a
'cause there's
veto, I'm
bunch-
already using it. Because there's one on here that's terrible.
No, there's no vetoes.
Actually,
no
there's two.
vetoes. Just convincing arguments.
All
He's
demigod.
not a Picard level captain. Like no, even
No,
close. You
certainly
can't put
not.
him next to Picard.
Not
It's
even
a big-
close.
Why not?
Yeah, that's
Dave?
crazy.
Why
is Picard better than Sharon?
Shran's just like a soldier, you know, and he's like
Yeah,
he's not an explorer. He's not like as fully realized of a commander.
He's
of
an
a
explorer.
starship
He went
as-
right into the bloody expanse. Like,
Yeah, but it was self-serving and it was kind of on orders, and he's just
It
he's
was on
kind of
orders.
like he's kind of a victim or like like of his time, and I think he's like he belongs in the mid. Or you can put him next to if he was an A with Archer, I'd be like, okay, fine. But S is absurd.
Yeah,
this is absurd.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree totally with Dave and Adam here too. He's too emotional. Like he's nothing like Picard. He's almost exactly like Archer.
Don't tell me Picard's not emotional.
Not when it comes to his
All
captain.
his speeches and
Oh yeah,
come on.
like come on.
Those are beautiful speeches. That's thoughtfulness. Not
And crying about burning kids, like come on.
Binding Consortium is also beautiful in its own way.
It is.
Yeah, well, that was kind of that kind of sold him as like a captain for the first time, and he only really has that maybe that one episode, right?
And you can't judge him on his service to Starfleet.
No,
you have to judge him how he serves his own crew.
That's true.
And his own.
Isn't that what we're doing here, though? Judging people on their service to Starfleet?
Well,
isn't that the whole point?
On their worthiness as captains.
As captains.
So if we're judging him
because he's pre-Federation, so he would have been a Starfleet captain.
So if we're judging him on his
part of why I
duty,
threw up Shran right now because I think he's an interesting outlier. Because every other captain fits the definition of how do we judge them as a Starfleet captain, but Shran doesn't. That's why I think he's an S tier captain. But he would be like
is he an S tier Andorian captain? I guess that's the question.
No, because he failed his biggest mission for the Andorian people, which was to go steal the weapon. And he didn't get to steal the weapon because Archer outsmarted him. So Archer proved to be a better captain than Shran.
He got outsmarted. He did get bested. He's an A, maybe.
Yeah.
Or
at best, like B.
Like, come on, guys.
I think we should leave him S and we'll come back to him.
What's the final vote?
A.
All right, final vote B for me.
B.
S.
I'll go B too.
Yes.
All right, three
Oh my
S's.
God,
win
three
it.
B's.
Yes, to take it.
No, it doesn't. It was 3 and 3.
Also, if you want to say he
3,
failed,
2, and 1.
Oh, yeah.
okay, Shran may have failed
We
his
had 3
mission.
B's.
Wait.
What?
Shran may have failed his mission, but
Dave
Picard
Jaemeel.
murdered a lot of people as Locutors. He
True.
failed the shit out of that mission.
No, he
And
didn't.
had a
What
bunch of
happened?
PSD. And
wasn't
he
strong
also
enough.
fought his brother in a mud pile. Hello.
What's
If anything, Picard should be an A.
Picard's an S.
Oh, he killed
How about
millions.
this?
I'm not
We had
changing
3
my vote
S's.
for Picard.
We had 3 S's and 3 B's. Let's meet in the middle.
Yeah.
He's an A.
He's an A.
Yeah.
All right.
Fine.
We're settling on A.
Why do we
and-
need to
and
be in the middle?
We're moving
Because
on.
we had 3 and 3.
No.
Because
Yeah,
we're
but
We
already
had
an
3
hour
and 3 last
in.
time, and you still took it over.
Who's the
didn't.
next captain? We got to go to the next pick. We got to move on
Yeah, we
from
do.
Shran. We've had our moment.
All right. Let's go with Captain Hikaru Sulu.
Hikaru Sulu. Oh, I got the clip here for you. I promised I'd get you. Saru, not Saru. Sulu.
She'll fly apart. Fly apart then.
Yeah,
Fire
that's my
apart,
favorite captain line ever. That's the most captainy line ever.
It is a good captain.
Fly apart then. Yeah, man. Not only because he's gonna do what it takes to save his friends.
I'm gonna say
But-
A. He's better than Spock as a captain.
Yeah, he is better. He is better than Spock. Yeah.
I would
And he's
agree.
definitely better than that guy who I've already forgotten his name. That's also a B.
Rix.
Rix? That
How did you
Bolian
forget
guy?
Rix?
Yeah,
Rix
the
is
guy-
like
the
Rix
guy
is
that we never
legend.
saw on a ship, nor did we ever see him captain anything.
You know, he had a rough time with the butt bug thing. You know, it was
He blew up. That's all there is to it.
Maybe you guys got butt bugs.
Yeah, just wait
Here,
till
we've
that
got
thing tries to climb up inside.
Not
the boat.
anymore. I've been tested.
We tested for butt bugs. Okay. They stick a Q-tip in your. Never mind.
I don't know. Do they?
It's a very long Q-tip.
I just go for the sensation. Anyway,
Did we all agree on an A there for Sulu?
I'm good with an A.
Yep, I do.
Sulu's an
He'll
A.
fly her apart. He'll fly her apart.
He's not an S.
Fire
he's an
apart!
A.
Damn it!
He's worthy of A. Yeah.
Definitely.
All right.
Back to you, Dave.
All right, let me see. Let's do Jellicoe.
Ah,
Oh,
I love Jellicoe.
Oh, Jellicoe. I think I have a clip here.
The
of,
Enterprise D, and what was the other ship he was captain of? I forget now.
Cairo.
Cairo.
Cairo, that's right. All right. Who feels strongly enough to argue this one right out of the gate? For some
F.
position?
What?
F.
What?
Is there a problem?
Is there a problem with Delta Shift, Will?
Here's no
F
Delta
tier.
Shift, Kevin.
Jellicoe comes in.
Kevin, throw your argument out.
He comes in. He doesn't even want to know how this new ship runs. He just wants to come in and run it the way he wants to run it.
Yep.
When you come in,
He doesn't have
no,
time.
that's not the way
No
you
He
inspire
had like 3 days.
people. No, you come in. You again the adversarialness with your first officer. Are you kidding? No, you don't.
That's
do
on
that.
Riker
It's
though. Riker was a
awful.
total douche
Riker was disobedient because he wasn't
because he didn't get his fucking way. That's what ended up
Oh,
happening.
please, no.
He wanted to be a
Riker's doing a sissy
captain.
fit.
He got
And
passed
then
over on it
he's-
because they got Jellicoe to do it.
going into these playing these fucking games and shit in his negotiations. It's garbage. He's
That
garbage.
was the plan.
Get it done.
Those games were the plan, and it worked.
Oh, he's awful.
It worked. His tactics are unorthodox.
He
and
would have had
brilliant.
if
That's
he had
why-
been if he had been on the Enterprise any longer, he would have taken a great crew and made them mutiny. He's awful.
I don't want to talk about it. Get it done.
He single-handedly put Deanna in a respectable uniform.
Damn straight. Something that every previous officer above her did not bother to do.
Or couldn't do.
I think minimum he's a D. Minimum.
He highlighted that the Enterprise crew is getting soft, and unprofessional.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They
He was
ripped
like an
off.
outside consultant
No
that comes
way.
in and
He was the guy that shows up when the company is pissed off and they want to see how results can
I
happen.
cannot
That is the
believe
man
all
right
you
there.
guys like this guy. This guy,
That guy is
He's the
awful.
best.
incredible.
Get it done. Get it done, Kevin.
I'm not.
No,
saying
done.
no.
Get it done.
That is
Follow
not-
orders.
Get it done.
He stands out.
He
Luke-
wanted
Luke
4
Jody.
ships.
The embodiment of a kind
Riker
of,
didn't do it. He called him out
he's
on
like-
it.
He's just this
Problem solved.
We're not on a
walking
research mission.
picture of
Yeah.
realpolitik as the Cardassian problem is often used to depict in Star Trek. So he's like basically a picture of this kind of neoconservative way of doing things.
Yep.
Which
Mhm.
frankly always rubs me the wrong way. I mean, he's essentially playing the kind of mad dog Nixonian politics that were cynical at best. And in that sense, I think Jellicoe has ample room to be critiqued. I'm a little bit more sympathetic to the sense that, when you're a new captain and you come aboard, you can enforce your style if you like. But it's true that will not inspire.
But he's
Your-
not
You in
there
fact
to
should.
inspire.
You
He's there to
should.
get the
That,
goddamn job
you
done,
may
and that's
hope
what he was doing.
And he did it. Yeah.
He did it, and he did it very successfully. And if it wasn't for him, Picard might not be alive.
I'm aware of
He
your current
gets
design
the
system.
back.
It's not good enough.
That's right. Not
But
good
yeah,
enough.
Yeah, if he did
To me,
this and he
he's
was
like,
taking
uh,
over the
It
Enterprise
happened.
permanently, maybe. But
Yeah,
he knew
this
it was-
wasn't a permanent change for them anyway. He already knew that. He was there
He
to get
may
this
have done.
shit
He
done.
may have done all right on this one mission, but he is not a good captain in any way.
I completely
And get that
agree.
fish out of the ready room.
He may have changed his style had he known this was the long run, but he knew
No,
get
This
it
is-
done now, follow my orders.
no. He thought
He's
that
not
this
even
was
close
he
to
was
enough.
going. He thought he was going to be
Forever.
in this role. He didn't
Yeah.
think Picard was coming back.
Yeah.
Mm,
He thought
He
this
thought
was
he,
his
yeah,
ship.
he thought he
Yeah.
was keeping the ship. He definitely thought he was keeping the ship.
It's still his ship. He can do whatever the hell he wants with it. That's the whole
Uh,
point.
Yeah, but
and-
it doesn't
and
make
quite
him a
frankly-
good captain.
It's not-
Waters could do whatever he wanted with his ship too, and
True.
he's in F tier.
Well,
Jellicoe,
Not everybody
Jellicoe
killed. Jellicoe
he's
saved
at
the
least a
day.
D. Where are we voting to put him?
I'd put
At
him
least-
C.
no,
To
I,
me, he's like a Shaw
he is
equivalent.
minimum B for me. Minimum.
Oh, I would put him at a D.
I wouldn't put him at a
D.
D.
We got a D. D.
No.
I would.
We get a
I-
D,
You're
I
D,
comparing
D,
him
no
to
problem.
Maxwell? Like, come on.
Kevin wants him an F.
It's not even the same brand.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would say
no, he's
C.
definitely a C.
see,
Yeah, he's a C.
He's a C. Like I think
I
he's
can
a,
live
he's
with
a
a
C.
C.
he's
I
like
can
a
live with
Shaw.
flawed, good guy,
Yeah.
didn't break any
Flawed.
laws.
He's
Nope.
very much like Shaw. He's just a by the
He's
books
he's
guy
above
kind of
Maxwell.
thing.
You gotta put him above Maxwell.
He's definitely
Yeah.
above Maxwell.
He's a
Exactly. So he's a
he's
C.
a bully.
He's a bully.
Ultimately,
You know?
He's a
But
bully.
so was goddamn Bully Bateson, as they called him, behind his
We don't
back.
know what he was up to. Kelsey Grammer.
So is one of the best generals in World War II, and that was Patton. He was a complete bully, but he got the job done.
Until he
Adam
didn't,
Woodward
and
says
they had to,
definitely
like,
be here.
Until he got himself
Give him
killed in a
Sam
Jeep.
wood
But
chipper, though.
Until he
That's
didn't.
What was Adams there?
That's a different conversation.
Adam says
wants a
B.
B.
Yeah.
Adam says B for Jellicoe.
you know what? I still think it's a B, but I can live with the
Oh,
C if
he is
everybody
the
has to go C.
worst.
But
think
I
C
rather
probably where he's going to probably end up here. All right. Well, we got to
All
go
right.
into the next captain.
Captain Sola.
Oh, I got this one.
I understand you were recently honored with the Christopher Pike Medal for Valor. Congratulations.
Thank you. And congratulations to you. I heard you received your medal last month.
My second, actually.
He's getting medals, lots of medals.
Christopher
So
Pike
he's a
medals. We haven't even rated
Christopher
Pike
Pike
yet.
medals. So he's a hero, this Captain Solak. I mean, he's a
Twice.
virulent racist. He's
Yeah.
he's a
incredibly racist.
D for douchebag. That's what he is.
If you don't know, yeah, Captain Solak
Not-
from the "Take Me Out to the Holosuite" episode, the Klingon, the captain of the Tacumbra.
Not a likable guy. So I mean,
He served the Federation with honor, in
I
distinction
think
in war.
what
gotta
really
be-
bugs me about Solak is that he's a captain sort of pro forma, right? Like he'll push every letter of every regulation, and in that sense, he's a perfectly fine captain, but he's terrible. He's just the worst. He's almost as bad as Jellicoe. You know, I would put him at a D. Above
I
where
think D is
Jellicoe
fair.
should be.
No, Jellicoe should
think-
be B. You're mixing
think
up your
D's
B's and your
fair.
D's again, Dave.
D,
I think
he's
D's
a good,
fair
yeah,
for
he's like a D
Solak.
or a C at best.
He's a better. He'd be a better Vulcan captain than a Starfleet captain. His
He doesn't
racist
even
attitude
live
is
by
not
Vulcan
Federation and Starfleet.
Yeah, he doesn't. His energy is not very Starfleet.
No, it's not.
You know,
He reminds you of like an Enterprise era Vulcan.
Yeah, actually a lot.
Very much. Yeah.
All right,
A
back to you,
somewhat
Dave.
unprofessional attitude.
Back to me.
And they're faster too.
All right.
I think if anything, that picture says it all. Like that smug ass look on his face, he's easily a D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fourth, actually.
Well, let's talk about someone else with a smug ass look on their face. Captain Gabriel Lorca.
Captain
Oh, my.
Lorca.
All right.
well-
Jay, you sound like you've got something to argue on this.
I got a clip
Where
for
would
him
you put
here.
Lorca to
Where's
start
my
us
Lorca?
off?
Where's my Lorca clip? I had to like go look at.
You want me to run from a fight and leave a peaceful species to face annihilation?
I'm a cowboy, Lorca, but I'm actually from the Mirror Universe. Spoilers.
Yeah. So he's from the Mirror Universe, so he's an F. I mean, he's still a better captain than Burnham, but he's still an F.
Well, no, I was going to Jane to start with. Where would you put him to begin with?
True.
I would probably
Jane.
Oh, Jane. I would definitely put him for Mir and for just being a baddie. F. Definitely
okay.
F. He was a bad guy. Bad man.
I'd put him D with the smug guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's not as bad as what we have in F right now. Like he's not that bad.
He's just as bad.
Cousin Dave, as host of the Discovery podcast, what would you say?
I say Lorca, when he was pretending to be a captain, was pretty good at it. But
But it was pretend.
It was pretend. So that was
Well,
kind
Burnham
of
does it all the time. So there
until
you go.
they got to the Mirror Universe and then he revealed, actually, I've been from the Mirror Universe the whole time. It was like this whole heel turn.
I'll give you that. I did like him. I did like Lorca until
we found out
and his creepy relationship with Burnham and
yeah. But we liked him.
We liked him.
Like Discovery,
did.
the longer they write at something, the worse it gets. It's just like they...
So
yeah, I'm comfortable with anyone from Discovery being an F tier.
Lorca is going to be F. I think Lorca
is not my favorite.
Like Let's put it this way.
I
I'm not
enjoyed
going to
it. I
argue
enjoyed-
if he stays in F.
Yeah.
No,
No,
Nick,
is
mind you,
anyone
I
going to
really
pull him
enjoyed
out
the
of F? I don't think so.
But the character himself, again, as a captain, is an F. I love the guy playing him, but yeah, he's an F.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Played it well.
I'll always remember him from Event Horizon.
Yeah.
Discovery's great at wasting good actors.
Oh man,
That was a
That's right.
great movie.
Oh.
One of my favorites.
It was a
actually.
great movie.
Event Horizon.
Oh yeah, freaking right, it is.
Who's our next captain?
We're gonna cover it on Hold Up a Movie podcast in our season finale. Actually,
Hurry up.
right on. Over to you, sir.
okay, let's go with Captain A.G. Robinson.
Oh, I got the AG.
When the first Warp 5 starship is built, its captain won't be able to call home every time he needs to make a decision. He won't be able to turn to the Vulcans, unless he decides to take one with him.
A.G. Robinson. I'm gonna
AG.
say S tier.
S tier.
What?
Okay, I'm joking. All right, I'm joking. But you know,
I was about to disconnect at this point.
I'm gonna make the case for AG. AG is easily like, look, I'm gonna be generous and say B, but he should be where Archer is because he was in some ways better than Archer, in other ways not quite as good as Archer, but he's a contemporary of Archer and very similar in skill level.
He fell
and
off
like
the mountain.
he was in that very scene, he had to like kind of teach Archer how to be a better captain to get to his level. So
But
yeah,
but he didn't get to captain a crew because he died, so I'd make him a B.
He never even commanded a starship technically. He was going to, but he didn't
The
get
next
one.
Alpha.
He was going to get the NX-02. He didn't. He died climbing a mountain. And
His fault. The mountain's fault.
The mountain's fault. Well, you know, like
Well, if you climb a mountain, there's a good chance it's your fault.
unless you had like a Vulcan there to catch you with rocket boots.
You know, did you know Captain Kirk was climbing a mountain?
Yeah, supposedly.
Why was he climbing a mountain?
Because he wanted to die.
To love the mountain.
answer.
Anyway, that's a
I like
solid.
my answer
I
better.
think that question.
I think you
No
love
acting.
the stain on the
right?
mountain, guys.
No.
No acting.
So where are you putting this?
I'd
Where
put him
would
at a B, and that was me being
B?
generous. Yeah, but
B is generous indeed. I think he's more like a Bateson. Like I think is he Spock level? One episode.
Well,
I guess
but again,
Rick's
ahead of his
Rick's
time.
is one seed. So like, I guess we're willing to go
Without a
Like,
ship.
he's exactly. He's like the top of his class.
Rick's
One of the
also
best.
does not have a ship.
Like Rick's.
I'm with Mater on this one. I think he's a C at max.
Actually, no, I think he's perfect at B. None of them have a ship.
That's true. Yet they're all better captains. Funny.
All right, that works. Yeah. Okay.
So where are we picking him? We putting him on C or B?
No, I think B is perfect.
We're gonna leave him. I think we're gonna leave him at B. I think that seems
All right, I like him there. All right.
All right. So, back to me, eh?
Yeah.
All right. How about... Oh, I should take them off already.
crossing
Captain...
them out.
Commodore Matt Decker.
Oh, geez.
Commodore Matt. No, go with Matt Decker. Okay, the guy, the Doomsday.
Give this one to Cousin Dave.
Yes.
Sure.
Well, Davan, I had to kind of say, he's like Commodores don't count.
Yeah, Commodores, I said.
Because this one is a captain of his own ship. He was the captain of the what was the ship he had?
Constellation.
The Constellation, which then Kirk got stuck on, and then he takes over the Enterprise, and Spock has to go along with it for like a while until finally Spock relieves him of duty on medical grounds. But he has to have like that moment. He's easily an F tier captain or Commodore. Like
he's unhinged.
Can you explain to me the difference between a Commodore and a captain?
A Commodore is like between an admiral and a captain. A Commodore commands like a few ships in like a small like pack of ships, like a formation, right? So
like technically, at times, Cisco and Picard could have been Commodores, considered
Right,
Commodores.
like
Squad leaders,
they're commanding their ship, but they're also directing other ships to do.
They have a
stuff.
battle group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like it's like kind of like in between. So you're not like a full
not
on
an admiral.
who have a whole fleet or whatever. You're like smaller. Than
Or
that.
if you run a museum, you're
or
also
if you run a
Commodore.
museum, like it's also just a rank. It's a rank between captain and admiral. So
Yeah.
Okay.
rear admiral.
So he's not the original Badmiral. He's the original Badmador.
Bad Bombador.
No, he's F tier. He comes in like Jellicoe, just barking orders. F tier.
Yeah, I have no clip for him.
But
He's just he after he gets relieved, he ends up killing himself. So he was easily an F tier.
That's right.
All right. So back to me. Let's go with Captain James T. Kirk.
Which one?
B.
The James T. Kirk.
No,
Shatner
James T.
Kirk?
Kirk B.
You put him in a
No,
B?
we'll go Shat. No, it was meant that I was going to pick Chris Pine. Shatner.
Oh, Chris
Pine.
Pine. Chris
So
Pine.
Calvin Kirk. Then.
Kelvin
But
Pine.
he's like a Kelvin Pine.
I have his clip here. Just you know.
Better to die saving lives than to live with taking them. That's what I was born into.
You can put him at like a. Well, you know what? I'm going to let somebody else take this one. Jody.
Who wants him?
I'd put him a B. He's good, especially under pressure. He does really well. You know, is he had a ship. That's still better than everybody else in the B tier. But he's no Sulu. Let's be honest. He's no Riker. But I think he's close. So with a little bit more experience, he might be there. So I'm happy with the B.
I'm happy with that.
No, he's an A, man. He's totally an A tier captain.
You're just arguing to argue with me.
No,
I'm going to go C, so I cancel out your A.
This Kirk is far too reckless.
Yeah.
Doesn't think about his ship.
The Kelvin
hardly at all.
timeline is right.
Doesn't seem to excel at anything.
Yeah,
No.
it's a gritty reboot.
Other than doing a bad Shatner impression.
He isn't quite doing an impression.
Wait until you see what I say Shatner is.
Oh, I know we're going to have some fireworks
Okay,
there.
so
Lovely.
Pine Kirk is in a B.
It seems like we're gonna leave him
happy
at
with
B.
that.
I'm happy with a B unless somebody can talk me down off that ledge.
Yeah, it's
I'm
fine.
good with it.
In that case, let's go to Shatner Kirk.
Shatner, Kirk.
Go to me. Go to me.
All right, do it.
Each player gets 6 cards, except for the dealer, the player on the dealer's right, who gets 7.
On the right.
Yes.
On Tuesday.
Out of all the clips, that's the one you picked.
We went
Because
with
that was the
Fizbit.
one I requested.
That's one.
Because that shows thinking on his feet, and he is an S tier captain.
I think he's S tier.
Absolutely not.
He's the most
yeah
overall capable of all of these captains we've viewed so far. Like he's good at everything, except for maybe engineering. I don't know, but Picard doesn't show any aptitude for that either. His people love him. They respect him. The whole fleet does. He's had if we're talking about heroes, like people who have saved the galaxy single-handedly, he's done it many times. Maybe not single-handedly, but at the lead of that accomplishment. And that's kind of what Picard does. That's what we're saving the S tier for. I think it's like the great hero captains, the ones that save the galaxy again and again, and that's Picard and Kirk and maybe a couple others.
And he thinks outside the box, being the only cadet to ever beat the Kobayashi Maru.
He didn't beat it.
Yeah.
He
True.
cheated.
Well,
Yeah,
the other one
thinks
did,
outside
the other
the
Kirk
box.
did that too with an apple, right?
Both
Yeah.
Kirks did that.
Nog did it.
Nog did it too. Yeah.
Nog did.
Yeah.
I think that Kirk, Shatner Kirk, Prime Kirk, deserves easily his S tier. He's the original deal. He's he's up there with Picard, of course.
Yeah.
No, I disagree. I think he's an A.
Like
He's
Hugo
not
Dave.
Picard level. No, he's reckless.
Robert,
He gets a lot of people killed. Let's be honest, he does.
Well, if you want to, I mean,
So does
again,
Picard.
with
Well,
Picard.
Picard does too, but Well said. But the problem that I have with Shatner is his ego always gets ahead of everything else, and that's part of he gets strayed easily by women, easily, always straying.
No, that's a stereotype.
No,
That's
it's
a
not.
Kirk
If
thing.
I'm not saying he sleeps with every one of them. That's the stereotype. But he gets strayed by the damsel in distress all the time.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't stray. This is how he solves all of the problems.
No, he's not solving problems half the
He's
time.
thinking outside of the box and inside
whatever. Anyway, I don't think I'm going to be able to get anybody to stray away from that, but I believe he's an A.
He's no Cutor Dave going to say on this.
I would put Kirk at an A as well. It's not going to stray it from an S because we got like 4 S's already, but I would put Kirk at an A. And that largely because he finds himself at some moments motivated so purely by rage and hatred that I have a difficult time.
Picard did that in First Contact.
I
will make them pay for what they've done.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, he's a great epic character in that sense.
Absolutely.
But I think that shows ways in which Kirk, the man, exceeds the boundaries of Kirk, the captain. You know? Like his own impetus will go beyond the boundaries of like being a Starfleet captain in ways that Picard manages to deal with often more gracefully and more thoughtfully.
That's what I wanted to
same
say,
guy,
but
that's
Dave
for sure.
articulated it much better.
That's what he does.
Well,
it just
straight
takes longer.
lines think alike.
Nah, I think you're ahead of me there.
A or
Something
or S.
about fools, but I forget.
No,
that.
he S stuck. But
Yeah,
well,
I think
good points
the
made.
S's took
Good
it on
points
that
made.
one.
Well, unless somebody strays to an A.
That's true.
Kevin's
Didn't
not.
convince me.
Jane's not.
I'm staying at S.
Dave's
Sorry.
not. So it's an S.
It's done. Done deal. Kirk.
So,
remains-
you know what,
Right.
Dave? Dave, as in not Dave Mater. We got to figure out how we can differentiate because this is even
Cousin
confusing.
Dave.
Cousin Dave. Okay.
Cousin Dave.
So non-cousin
In-
Dave.
in-
You know,
Locutor
sometimes
Dave.
the people who are always right and don't look through nostalgia glasses are the ones that are actually the right ones. Just so we know.
True.
Anyway,
You know,
Captain Garth of
you gotta
Izar.
wait for your voice to be heard in the right.
Garth of
moment.
Izar.
Sometimes. Yeah.
Garth
Cousin
of
Dave. Why is
Izar.
why?
No, Lord Garth.
That's Lord Garth.
I don't have
D.
a
I'm giving this one to Kevin. Actually,
Oh,
Kevin.
sorry.
Oh, Lord Garth is a F, I guess. Although I don't know, maybe a D. He did manage to create quite the offensive with just mental patients while being one himself. I mean, they did like him a lot.
Because he
He's
got them out
easily
of the
one of my
mental
favorite
institution.
characters from the original series because he's just nuts. But
He is nuts.
Which
He's
is the
highly
best captain
decorated
trait.
Starfleet officer.
he's
Yeah.
oh yeah, he had a career before, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he
Oh,
was
he
a
was a
big
fine
time.
Starfleet
So I
captain.
put him up to D.
Yeah, he had,
You know what,
The guy who
Kevin?
had a
I'm with
fall
you
like
on a D
Maxwell.
I think he belongs in D.
because he's nowhere near as terrible as the people in F right now.
Yeah, D's probably the right spot for him. A guy who had a downfall after a good career, and
Right.
or maybe
D
a-
for
Yeah, D,
downfall.
D is for downfall.
He was apparently like
Yeah.
Kirk's hero before he went insane.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Interesting. All right.
He's the hero of Axonar, isn't he?
Yes,
Yep.
Indeed.
Battle of
Garth of Axonar, they used to call him. Yeah.
There's some books
All
about
right,
him,
so
too.
we did Garth of Izar. Now,
Mhm.
who to next? Oh, let's come back around to a family we've already touched on before. At least I always remember them as right. Captain Willard Decker.
Willard Decker. I do
Collins,
have
USS
him.
Enterprise.
Here's a clip. Just to remind you.
I'm replacing you as captain of the Enterprise.
Admiral, this is an almost totally new Enterprise. You don't know her a tenth as well as I do.
That's why you're staying aboard.
Deckard sucks.
So I can rub it in your
Deckard is
face.
like, he's like Riker in
Yeah.
when Jellicoe comes on, but he's the captain.
He's like proto
instead of
Riker.
the first officer.
Yeah.
He's like, you're coming on my ship.
He was Riker before Riker was Riker.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He didn't know that it was Voyager, not Viger.
His
He's
name
dumb
was-
as hell. Put him at an F.
He's
an
an F?
idiot.
No, I'd put him as C tier. He saves the ship at one point.
Yeah,
He saves the ship, right? From
He's a D.
one of Kirk's bad decisions. His
haven't seen-
inexperience with the new
Oh,
ship.
oh, you mean Captain Kirk, the S tier guy? Yeah, okay.
Oh, that Kirk. No, it must have been the B Kirk, I'm sure. Anyway,
Yeah.
no, yeah, I think he's an interesting guy, right? Like he's thrust into this awful position by yet another admiral deciding to run off on his own adventure. But yeah, like he doesn't take it very gracefully. He does manage to do a few good things, right? Like C seems all right for me. I mean, if Jellicoe's a C, that guy's a C.
Okay,
Feels
fine.
right.
And if anything,
No,
that
I
should
don't
bring
surprise
Kirk
at all.
down to an A.
Kirk,
Why?
Just bring Kirk
Because
down. They're not like a package or something.
I think they should.
This is
All right.
all a part of Jody's long-term plan against Captain Rick.
It's true, actually. I'm shifting the pieces around to get Rick's down to a D.
All right,
Rick's is like
cousin
our
Dave,
baseline. Would be.
tell us about Captain Dalrell.
Say me?
No, cousin Dave.
Oh,
Captain
Dave, okay.
Dalrell.
Oh,
Cousin Dave.
yeah, that's what I thought you'd be asking me. Well, Captain Dal RL is the captain of the USS Protostar. It's sort of acting captain, if you will, because he takes over the ship with a crew of refugees from like this prison camp that's run by this evil guy called the Diviner, and he ends up becoming the captain. Then he ends up joining Starfleet by the end of the season, and coming under Janeway's wing. Where's my Dal?
Earpiece, keep that mic hot. Mustache and jelly man, know your rules. Pointy ears and big red with me. On my mark. Ready. It's go time.
I
It's
haven't
no dime.
seen
That's a good one.
tiny bit of Prodigy, and that
very
fucking voice
good.
annoys the hell out of me. So I would vote him D just for the voice, but I won't vote at all because I don't know him at all.
Where are you putting him,
just
Dave? Cousin Dave.
Quick, you said acting captain, but we're not including Data
He's
as an
the captain.
Data as an acting captain, but you're allowing this.
He's the captain hero of a whole show of Star Trek Prodigy. You gotta give him special dispensation. Jane's being all technical with me, and so
I like Jane's zest though. I like it.
So you don't think we should
Where are you
include
putting
him?
him? Where are you putting him? No, you gotta. He's the
No,
captain of the freaking.
He's the captain of the
Protostar.
Protostar.
Okay.
I say he's at least a B.
Oh wow. No, he still makes foolish kid decisions. He's like a C.
He's not a B.
Is he a kid?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's quite
Oh,
young.
okay. That explains the voice.
He's
Then.
16.
Yeah,
He's
he's a
16,
kid.
17,
They're all
17.
kids on that.
I have not seen anything in Prodigy,
Yeah, he's a kid.
so that's why I won't vote.
Well,
for this, 'cause
me
it's not fair.
and Jane and Davan know the best here, perhaps. I don't know how much Dave you've seen of it, but
I've seen a few. I think I've seen 4 or 5 episodes, maybe.
okay. So you're in Kevin.
He
How
comes
many-
into his
any of
own
those, Kevin?
after those.
I haven't
ones,
seen
think.
anything.
Okay, so Kevin and I really don't know anything about this.
So I'd go C. I would not go B.
C.
I would say C as well.
He has a lot to
three,
learn.
3-1
Yeah.
votes on cousin Dave there. All right.
So
Guys,
goes
I gotta
C.
go
He
pick
goes
up
to C
Ashley.
tier.
I gotta
Oh,
go pick up Ashley. I didn't realize we were doing 45 captains.
Well, if you get back, we'll.
Yeah, if
according
you're
to
still
Jane,
on
we
when I'm
didn't do them
back,
all.
I'll come back on.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Well, a lot of these we're gonna fly through. They're like lesser captains.
All right.
All right.
Not
back
if
to
I
you,
have
Dave.
something to say about it.
Back to me.
Absolutely.
Let's try Captain.
Maybe you hear Jody go on about
Cristobal
Keo.
Rios. La
Rios?
Sierra and the USS Stargazer.
Cristobal Rios.
Rios.
I actually had to search to see if I had any Rios clips, sound clips in my whole board. I don't, and I was just like, I'm just gonna leave it.
And that tells you
That's
something.
fine. Yep.
Am I supposed
Captain
to
of
be-
the
supposed to be
Stargate.
So
talking
to
about
somebody
this?
there, Dave. So to someone there.
How about to Jody?
All right. Rios, I think at best is maybe a C. He is rash. He doesn't make decisions that are all that thought out. He does a lot of stupid things, and on top of that, when he time travels, he gets stuck in ice prison for a while.
And then he chooses to stay
and not
behind.
a cool ice prison. We're talking about the immigration one.
Yeah.
So it's I would say he does have things that appear that he will become a good captain, but for all that we saw of him, I don't think he was that good. He's no like D tier, but I would say he's definitely at par with all the people in the C tier. So I'm gonna say C.
Didn't he leave like tech behind or something? Like he made a big error in the.
Oh yeah,
time travel one,
he
like-
brought his badge with him, and
yeah, like he
And then he
really,
chose to stay behind
He really,
and
and
changed
yeah,
the time.
he
Oh
screwed
yeah,
up,
D tier, D tier. He's not as good as Jellicoe or
He
Shaw
breaks
or
the
Giorgio.
temporal as well as the
Yeah,
regular.
he's
plan.
not as good as Shaw. So I
all right. You know what? I
D.
agree with that. I you know what? Let's put him to a D. I'm okay with D if anybody else is.
Again, he's a character I like, but oh my god, as a Starfleet officer, he's just.
And as a captain specifically, he went back in time, and then he didn't even try to get back to his ship at all. And then like it's not.
He makes a lot of holograms of himself too, which is
Not only that, but his ship was parked where he would know where it is, and he still didn't go back to it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, here's a big one, Captain Michael Burnham.
F.
Michael Burnham.
F.
Black alert.
I Captain.
Where are we putting
I'm
Michael
gonna
Burnham?
throw to Jane on this one.
Oh gosh. I really, really, really dislike Michael. I don't know if it's just the direction she gets in the episodes where they hold these long shots on her face and we're all supposed to love her so much. It is I just never liked her. I would go, she's got good intentions, but she disobeys orders all the time. So I don't know why they would make her captain. They made her captain. She's not, you can't trust her. You can't trust, she's too brash and she will go off and do what she wants when she wants and justify it. Rationalize it.
You're kind of right.
You get captain material.
She is the captain currently of the Discovery, just
Yeah.
Which has one more season to go.
So where did you put her, Jane?
Oh, I'm gonna put her looking at the other people as an F.
I agree.
Not worthy of being a captain.
Wow.
And that's not saying anything about the actress. The actress. Is
No.
fantastic.
No.
I think it's what she had to work with, and I think they tried to write her as a Riker, somebody who breaks the rules sometimes and goes her own way, and it doesn't come off well. It's especially in the decisions she makes. So
There
I
were
agree with
2
Jane on that one.
episodes where I did like her the way they wrote her when they first went forward in time and she was laughing, and I there was 2 episodes I'm like I can, but then they went back to the original way.
I don't
they
even think she
wrote
was the
her, and
captain then, was she?
No, she wasn't the
Whispering and
captain. No,
crying.
Yeah.
no, she was just. This is where she was off to.
I liked her more when she
Like a
wasn't a
renegade.
captain.
Orion's.
Yeah.
But how would you evaluate her since she's become a captain?
No, I don't know. Blocked it out of my head, honestly.
I put her in D. I would probably go for a D. But if I don't know,
That's the cousin Dave optimism, though.
Does anyone else feel like she's not F? You
I don't know. Is it a skill to fail upwards?
Kind of.
Like,
Some would
if
say
that's
yes.
a skill,
A
then
lot
she's
of
great at it.
U.S. politicians would agree with that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's a skill then, because she does that well.
Is it a skill of a
I
commanding
think she's
officer,
an F
though?
as well, to be honest.
All right, F. I mean, I don't.
Oh.
I think that's
Anything
enough.
she
Fs, I
touches
think we're
turns
good.
to
But she should
poison.
just
Like, I
still
don't
be
know.
in jail. That's all.
Yeah,
She should be
still
in
be
jail. Yeah, absolutely.
It should be just them having an adventure.
Go to jail and she got pardoned.
Still serving her.
They should just have to go down to the brig every so often and talk to her.
Jameel's saying C tier for Burnham.
Oh wow.
Jameel needs to take those damn glasses off.
This week.
That's what he needs to do.
Oh man.
Pay
I would
attention.
put her
We've
in
never
D
had
or
so many
C.
comments on a show as this one, though. That's for sure.
I think she's like Morgan Bateson kind of level, right? Or no, she's probably more like these guys. She's more like Garth of Izar.
Dave, we've had like 3 or 4 Fs here. Why are you even trying?
All right. Next captain.
He's just trying,
Thank
though.
you, Dave.
That's
so
what I
time
like
for
about
me,
Cousin
isn't it?
Dave.
Yeah.
All right, let's
That
go
optimism, I love
for
it.
someone even less controversial than this.
We'll see.
Captain Tryla Scott.
Oh my.
Renegade.
Tryla Scott.
Tryla Scott.
One
I
of
did,
the 4 best captains in Starfleet.
right.
I
She
can make
was-
a case for Tryla.
I bet you
Even though
could.
She has no ship.
I
she
pulled the
already
clip for her.
sits at a B.
The only time
Okay,
I'm probably
leave
ever
it.
going to play this clip.
Said you made captain faster than anyone in Starfleet history, present company included. You that good?
Yes, I am.
So
That's
again,
Tryla Scott.
she's as good as Picard and Rix.
Okay,
She
but
dies right
you-
after the scene, like Rick.
You have nothing to actually judge that on other than one person saying it.
I would put her in B.
No, but that's a statistic. Like,
She's
she
good
made
at
Captain
hanging out
faster.
in a fucking cave. That's what she's good at.
She's as good as
She
Rick.
made-
It's gotta be with Rick.
She
She's gotta be
made
with Rix.
Captain quicker than
Yeah,
Kirk.
and Rix doesn't need to be in B either.
Well,
Oh,
only
Rick.
cements his place in
Rix
B
is a hero.
with Tryla Scott here by his side.
Mhm.
That's an accomplishment, being the youngest person to ever become captain. Like, that's some
Yeah.
serious business.
Then got youngest captain ever to be killed. Perhaps.
Good.
Yeah, do.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm happy with B.
What was her ship
Yeah.
name? I have that too. Tryla Scott.
The
I have
Renegade.
no idea. the
USS
logic
Renegade.
you guys have on
Renegade.
this.
Yeah.
At all.
It's a fun ship name.
So good.
Yeah, exactly. That's another reason.
All right, Tryla B.
I want whatever
All
you guys
right.
are smoking. That's what I want.
I'll send you some in the
What are
mail.
you doing next,
All right.
David?
Well, let's just finish off that crew from that.
Oh, you
episode.
might as well just put
Captain-
it in B and
Oh,
let's move on.
Walker Keel.
Captain Walker Keel.
Captain Walker Keel.
No, man,
put
to
it
me,
in B.
Walker's not as good as the other two. I would.
Why
put,
is that?
Because he's not the youngest guy to ever become captain.
So
He's not that Bolian guy. He's just a buddy of Picard's.
Tell Beverly
okay.
I said hello.
You might as
He
well
just
put him
wants
in
to
B
say
if
hi
you're
to
going to put
Beverly.
the other two in travesties B. You might as well put him there too.
He just
I
goes to
think
B.
I think you're right about that, Jody. I think we should put him in B.
Might as well. You've already fucked the
didn't like
entire
him.
B
Quick
tier.
quick
You might as
discussion.
well.
Yeah, we're all put him in B. Okay.
B.
Walker Keel.
All right.
Yeah.
Fine.
Tell
That's
Beverly I
fine.
said hello, he says.
Yeah, Beverly.
By the way, the
So
Leafs
that was
are
a
up
quick
right
one.
now in the third,
That
Oh,
won't last.
which means
Oh,
they're
right.
going to probably blow it.
choke.
If
Give it
it goes
time.
to overtime,
So,
they're definitely going to
let's
blow.
try Captain Rachel Garrett, USS Enterprise.
Ooh,
Captain
that's
Rachel
a good one.
Garrett. Where's my
That's a good one.
She's a good captain.
Rachel Garrett, how's my ship? We were answering the distress signal from the Klingon outpost, Narendra 3.
Well, she got killed.
So
Yeah,
She died a hero's death, though.
she's a hero.
Oh yeah.
she went back fighting, Dave.
Where do we think
Easy
she is?
A.
She's an
Easy
A?
A.
I'd put her A.
Maybe
She's
S.
better than Walker
Like,
Keel, I'd say,
she's
right?
Fantastically good captain.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, A's fine.
I think that's
A for
un-
Rachel
A.
Garrett.
Like, you
We'll
can make a
receive her
case for
heart
S,
and
I
her
feel.
bravery.
Yeah.
A.
A.
I'm with A as well.
Yeah.
All right. That was
Tremendous.
an easy one. Okay,
Right.
so Captain Beverly Picard.
D.
I have no clip for her. She was the ex-wife of Picard in another timeline where I guess Jack Crusher wasn't born, and she was the captain of the USS Pasteur.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
She
You like
got her
that
ship.
pasteurized milk? They do on that crew.
Her ship was destroyed by the Klingons, so let's keep that in mind.
Mm.
It's true.
Beautiful Olympic class, though. Gorgeous.
An Olympic class. It was a pretty sweet looking Olympic class.
Yeah.
Wasn't that the one that had
it
like
was.
the big balls on it? Like the big
Yeah,
ball?
they're great.
Big ball.
Ugh.
I put her in C. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I wouldn't put her
Yeah.
that high. I'd put her D.
She's better than Maxwell. Get out of here.
Good point. Good point.
Yeah.
All right. I'll
But-
live with
She
D.
didn't flip out and start killing people.
I think we saw
Yeah.
in Picard that she can learn to have pretty
Same
good
Beverly.
firing skills.
That's an alternate timeline.
Yeah.
Sorry. Not the same. It's not the same Beverly.
Yeah, but potential. She can work those
I'm sorry, Jane, I
lasers.
disagree.
The pew pews.
Respectfully disagree with you, Jane.
That's all right.
All right.
So we're
I'm
good there
gonna
on a
throw
C.
one out here and
We're
then
good.
excuse
We're
myself
leaving it at
for a
C.
He's
moment.
fine. Yeah.
Yep.
And then I'll come right back. How about Captain Clark Terrell, Paul Winfield, played by Paul Winfield.
Clark
Captain
Tyrrell.
USS Reliant.
Clark Tyrrell.
I'll be right back.
Oh,
Captain from the Reliant
Mhm.
in
Okay.
Wrath of Khan.
He couldn't defeat Khan,
Mm-hmm.
so he's clearly not as good as Kirk. You know, the Reliant's a fine Miranda class ship.
Is he as good as Sulu?
No.
No, Sulu would have beat Khan
No.
too.
I think he's right in the middle there. I think a B is fine.
Yeah, Chekhov is
I
his first
agree.
officer. He knew how to pick a good first officer.
And you know what's really interesting about having him in B? You actually see him in command doing something.
Yeah. But then he gets that thing in his ear. He goes, ah!
Well, you know.
Okay, remind
Yes,
me.
sir, he
Did
gets-
he resist the thing? Did he turn and exactly with that bug in the ear? Was he able to overpower the bug?
We
No.
don't actually,
did he kill
we don't actually
himself?
see him accomplish anything.
kills
I think
himself.
he's
He
a
kills
C.
himself.
He kills himself.
So the bug
We
killed
don't
him.
we don't see the three other people that you have in there accomplish anything either. So
He manages to.
But we don't.
That was him
Yeah,
resisting.
fair enough.
He fought to
All
the
right,
end
B's good.
because
Yeah,
when
he
he went
did.
when he
He
was
did.
when he was told he had to Khan told him to kill him.
Yeah.
He fought back.
He fought back and killed himself.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how good.
All
That's
right.
how good this captain was. Yeah, he's almost 80.
Cousin Dave,
Yeah.
tell us about Captain Lawrence Stiles.
Lawrence Stiles. I pulled the clip from Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock. I did pull him here. Where is he? Stiles. There's a lot of S captains.
Clark Tyrrell played by.
How can you have a yellow alert in space dock?
Yeah, he had the Excelsior.
this prick. I remember him.
He was
Clark
chasing.
Tyrrell, I
Picard-
just wanted to point out, played by Captain Dathan.
Yeah, you have Paul Winfield flying by here. There you go.
Yeah, no, I wanted to just shout at him for a second. But yep, Lawrence Stiles,
Search for Spock.
USS Excelsior.
He's like a C or D. I put him with this like Vulcan guy.
No.
Yeah.
No. he's still more competent.
See,
Well,
Is he?
maybe not really that much more competent, come to think of it.
He's not more competent than Rios.
That's true. He's pretty much on a Rios tier. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that.
Yeah, he's like
Okay.
not an F, but not really good at all. Not worthy.
All right,
of C.
your cuter Dave's not back, so I'll pick another one. Actually, I won't because it won't be here until Tuesday.
Oh,
Alan Ruck.
we're going with Harriman.
Yeah, we'll go with Harriman.
He won't be installed until Tuesday.
So I have a bit of a
Probably.
problem with this guy.
Hmm.
And I'll tell you
Let's
why.
hear
Because
about it.
everybody looks at it like he's incompetent. He was not supposed to be on a rescue mission. He was just supposed to be doing a quick jump around Jupiter, I believe.
Pluto.
Or was it Pluto? Pluto. I think I think he was gonna be competent. I think and we don't really know anything past that. Like he stayed
He was ready
alive.
for Tuesday. He was expecting things on Tuesday.
Yeah.
I don't think our S and A tier guys would have left space dock at all with like nothing.
That's
on
why
the
he's
ship.
not an S or an A tier. I agree.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I
Is he
think
B?
he's
Is he worse than B?
I think he's a B tier. Especially if you're gonna put the other three in a B tier. We saw him.
No, I
do
think
something.
Jellicoe's more competent than him. But
Yeah. I'd say C.
C tier.
C. Yeah, that makes more sense to me. I mean,
I think Jellicoe.
Yeah, he's a C tier. I think.
I
yeah,
think
C
actually
tier.
be up, but
He's
that's fine.
he's caught too blind. Like he's too easily caught blindsided. Like he was just like.
But
I don't
he's
know what to
also a
do.
new
Just like,
captain.
You're the
Like,
captain.
he's
You don't get
just-
to say I don't know what to do. You
This
get to
is
say
his
shit like
first.
that.
This is his first bridge assignment. Like
Yeah.
the guy's new. Like
He might have
Archer was
gotten
a complete
better.
idiot
So
the first time he
green.
was out too.
He just seems so green to
Yeah.
be on the
Well, he is
flagship.
green,
Like he
absolutely.
clearly did something before being captain of the flagship. Like he didn't just show up for work as captain of the flagship.
all the more reason why he should be at a decent
But he's
tier.
presented in that scene as being inferior to Kirk for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's for Kirk's ego. That isn't for anything else.
He's even inferior to Scotty and Chekhov, who are also present.
C's fine, I think.
Yeah, I can live with C.
All right.
Back to you, Dave.
That was Captain Styles, right?
No, you missed Styles and Harriman.
You missed both of them.
Thank you.
Yeah.
2 Excelsior class captains.
Sounds like a list you just did of Styles and Harriman, huh? All right, let's jump to Captain Catherine Janeway.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Let it be me.
There's coffee in that nebula.
All right, let Jody go first, and then let me.
No, that's fine. You can go ahead.
No, I'll rebut all the stuff you're gonna wrongly say about Janeway. So
I'm gonna wrongly say she is B max, and I'll tell you why. Number one, she puts a known traitor to the Federation second in command in her fucking ship. Number one, that is by far the stupidest decision in the world. Number two, she gets her.
And he turned out to be loyal, not like Picard, who gave Ro a big important position, and she ran off with the Maquis.
Yeah.
So she's a better judge of character than Picard, and he's S tier.
All you're doing is telling me that Picard shouldn't be an S tier then.
Well, I'm saying they should be on a similar level.
Janeway doesn't make a lot of good decisions at times.
Number one, she's in.
Number one, having Neelix on her ship was another stupid decision. That was
helpful.
Dumb. What? No, he isn't. He's helpful at.
He did a lot of ambassadorial work, and he knew the quadrant.
I'm not shitting on Janeway. Janeway's a decent captain, but she is nowhere to the tier of Sulu. She is nowhere near to the tier.
Oh my god,
of
she's better
she
than
is
Sulu.
nowhere near to the
Sulu.
tier.
She's better than
She's better than Archer. She's certainly better than Archer.
Oh, you guys are all delusional.
S tier.
S tier. Give me a break. S tier. You're so full of shit.
I think she made like 2 bad decisions.
You two probably had her poster on your wall at one point.
I have a poster still on my wall.
I bet you do.
To me, her. Go ahead.
One of the things that for me argues against her as a totally excellent captain, and again, they are in bizarre circumstances where you can't just go and have a break, is that she does kind of disappear from the crew for like 6 months.
Yep.
True,
and
she does.
sit in a dark room.
Yep.
She does do that.
No, I mean, that's one episode long, but this is going to be a long...
But that's an impactful thing, especially for a captain who's stranded in the Delta Quadrant with a ragtag crew of people.
One episode, but you're right. It was like 6 months.
I didn't realize 6 months. Wow.
It was a long time. It was months.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't
like
know that.
she just hangs out.
I thought that was like a week.
No.
Okay, well, if
I'm
that definitely seals the deal for me on B then.
I say A because I think Kirk and Picard would have gotten them home earlier.
So you say A, I say S, Jody says B, Dave says...
I'll say I've been convinced by some of this a little bit, and I'll say her downside is, but you might not see that as a downside. It depends on who you ask. Is yes, I agree. Picard, Kirk, Sisko, they would have got their crew home on the first episode, but they also would have screwed over the Ocampa and not really given it a second thought, or they would have given it a second thought, but they would have been like, "That's too bad. We couldn't have helped the Ocampa." She went a different tack. She kind of leads with her heart and her morality more than the others.
Yeah.
Whereas
That
Picard
doesn't make her a good
with
captain,
his
though, so I
philosophy.
agree. Yeah.
I'm fine with A. I want her to be S tier because I think she's amazing.
She's definitely not an S tier.
All right, we'll leave her an A then. Seems like that's
I'll leave her an A.
her.
I can live with an A
final
for
fate.
now.
All right. Who's next?
That upsets me. I think she should be S tier, but all right. All right.
And if you think Sisko is going to be an S tier easily, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to fight like hell for that one.
Should we go to Sisko
you got a
next?
fight coming. You got a fight coming then.
I
bud.
know how much of a hard
right.
on you have for him, but still.
Bring it on.
He's a
Bring it on.
god.
He
You did some
killed
sloppy
millions
work.
of
Some
people.
damn sloppy work.
Sloppy
He killed.
work.
He
He
committed genocide.
No, he
Genocide. didn't kill
really
an entire
didn't.
species.
He didn't hurt anybody in that act that everyone thinks he's such a monster for. He actually didn't hurt anybody. Like, it's like, holy crap! It was a tactic that worked and didn't cost
Commander,
anything.
I said launch torpedoes.
I agree with you, David.
But throw that up because I forgot to throw that up. There you go. She's also the captain of the Dauntless, old Janeway.
Yeah.
Here in the
So
new
where
show.
to
Yes.
where to next, Davan? Ben Sisko. All right.
That's the one. Look, he's easily S tier.
He's easily A. I think he's debatable for S.
Here's why he's S tier. So he says it himself in his own words when he's talking to who is he talking to? Where he's just like, if you can't make that decision, then you can't be in that uniform. It's not about saving our lives. Yeah, he's talking to Worf. He's like, if you can't make that decision, you can't wear that uniform. Where he's talking about, we just put our lives on the line for other people, and that's what we do. And that's like the highest pursuit and principle of a Starfleet officer. And nobody embodies that more than Benjamin Sisko, where he actually gives his life to save the galaxy. Gives up everything he loves to save the Alpha Quadrant, the Beta Quadrant. Like, I can't really, I could see maybe Kirk doing that. I can't see Picard even making that same sacrifice. Now, maybe I'm wrong about that, but that just seems like such a selfless Sisko move, where he's just like, whatever, like, he kind of thinks of the big plan more than the others. It's just like, if this is in the grand scheme of things, what has to be done, then he'll do it. And that's like the paragon of a Starfleet officer.
Yeah, I'm with Sisko in S tier. He's like, I think him and Janeway, there's kind of, if you want to compare them specifically, I don't know. Like, I think there's times Janeway's stronger than him as a captain, but I think overall he's pretty good. But he's also got this whole thing as the emissary, which kind of like is a cloud over his thing as a Starfleet officer, whereas he's not very like good at, all the people above him are like, we're not totally cool with you being the emissary. He's like, I fully embrace it. The locusts and the prophets and all this kind of stuff. He's so into it that I think he's compromised as a Starfleet captain.
So, like in the Pale Moonlight, can he be an S by what he did? Like with bringing the Romulans into the war, like.
Again, he made a personal sacrifice, like he says in the end. The only, it cost that Romulan senator his life, Breenac, but he's like, mostly it just cost him his own personal pride and integrity. Like, so again, he makes a sacrifice, and he's like, he says, I'm willing to live with it, because again, in the grand scheme of things, that's where he differs from Janeway. Janeway's the opposite. No, maybe that's where I would say, I can forget that comparison. But I think he's easy S tier. What else do you want from him? He gets the job done.
Getting the
Kirk
job
in that
done
way.
is entirely the mandate, right? Like, Starfleet
Isn't it?
officers can fail and still be.
Tell that to Vernon.
Where Sisko, like, where to me, I struggle between an A and an S for Sisko is that he is willing to go, in a certain sense, to that place Eddington tells him he's capable of going to, right? To that kind of Javert place where he's like, I am willing to be the villain here. And yes, it's strategic, but I would argue that, like Dave has argued, it's more a Bajoran or even maybe more a Klingon thing to do than it is.
Your point, Dave.
In the best melodramas, the villain creates a situation where the hero is forced to sacrifice himself for the people, for the cause, one final grand gesture.
To me, he's just a captain more in the style of Kirk, where he'll just like go to the extreme of his own self-sacrifice. Usually not putting anyone that's not willing to go with him in danger, and getting the job done. And he's a commander of men and women, of course. He's like a he led the attack on the Dominion, like the entire resistance effort. You know, he's like,
Ooh.
Yeah, man, they put the best in charge of that, even over Picard and guys like that.
I think he's equal to Janeway at best.
All right, well,
equal at best. He is not a Kirk. He is not a Picard.
he's better than Kirk, I think. And
I don't agree with that, but anyway.
I think he would have fought the Borg.
I think I'm going to have a hard time arguing this with you anyway, because I know how much of a hard on you have for him. So
it's called admiration and respect.
Yeah, whatever.
Like he demands or gets from his crew.
Yeah, I mean, he was the emissary. He was a father. Like, he did more than the other big cop as a person. You know,
I think as a person, he's fantastic. But as a captain,
but as a captain,
I'm not so sure.
I think he deserves to be up there, and I think Janeway deserves to be up there with him. So
me too.
I think he should be sitting right beside Janeway and A.
Like Kirk's made every bit as many mistakes as Janeway, and so is Picard. So these and Cisco, like S tier for the hero captains.
All right, looks like we're staying.
S.
Okay, moving on. Next captain.
That takes it then. All right, back to me. Let's go to Captain Carol Freeman of the USS Cerritos.
Okay,
She's an interesting case.
Warp me.
I love Warp Me. That's a good one.
Carol Freeman.
Carol Freeman. Okay.
Keep going down.
Radio theater.
I did play her. Yeah.
Keep going down.
Carol Freeman.
She's good. She's
there.
by
Out
the
there.
books.
C is fine.
She's like a by the books person. She's like Shaw.
No, not enough. C or
She's
B.
not enough. No.
She's a C.
C
She's a competent captain.
She's C or
B.
D. I don't know if she's that competent, but she's okay. She's a Rios. She should
She's
be with
B
Rios.
level for me. She's nearly B.
Nah, she's not.
Yeah.
How can we talk to the B?
I mean, just the fact that
I could
she
be
doesn't
talking
have
to
an
B as
important
well.
ship.
Nah, I'm
I'll
not.
do it.
I'm not going to go with a B at all.
She's just a little
C-Max.
aloof. I think C just
C-Max.
because she doesn't seem to know a lot of what's going on around her sometimes.
She never knows what the hell's going on around her. Very rarely.
Yeah.
I need warp now.
I think C's fair.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're going to see for
All right.
Captain Freeman.
All right.
Let's go to.
How did we put Cisco in S tier? He
Yeah.
poisoned an entire planet.
Exactly. That's what I said. But
which
Javin's
hurt
got
how
a
many
hard-on
people?
for him, and everybody else
Which
is
hurt
following.
how many people?
Everyone
Zero.
that had to move.
Zero.
Every single person that had to
Everyone
move.
that had to
houses.
leave
They switched
everything
houses
behind
down.
and move.
He shouldn't have been there in the first place. They had a
like that,
treaty.
eh?
That doesn't
And
matter.
hold on. Why did he do it?
Yep.
Personal vendetta. That's it.
Personal
Only
vendetta.
reason.
Betrayed the
Oh
uniform.
no, he had to stop the Maquis threat.
Did he though?
That was the job he was sent. Yes. Well, no.
At the time
Eventually,
he thought
he destroyed them all.
Hard on.
Yeah,
But he
like,
did
the-
stop.
the
He did
previous
get.
to the Cardassian did that.
We should
pretty
change
well.
this S tier to Davin's hard-on tier. That's what they should call it.
No, Janeway would be up there too.
That's
You betrayed your uniform!
just like I did.
Anyway.
That's what they should have put in there.
All right.
He also did some shady Section 31 shit by bringing the Romulans into the war. Are you
Yep.
kidding?
Which saved the galaxy. Like I said, he'll sacrifice his own personal integrity to save the day.
I don't.
Yeah,
think
because that's
it's
what I want in a
Starfleet
captain.
now,
Somebody who will
but the end
sacrifice his
justifies
personal
it.
integrity for.
Yeah, like I think what you're the problem
Integrity is important.
Davan, you end up making an ends justifies the means argument there, and that's not necessarily a Starfleet.
That's
Well,
right.
That's
value.
not the way angle I'm coming at that with. Like everyone's burning Janeway for not doing that. She wouldn't sacrifice her personal integrity to get her crew home, and that's a knock against Janeway and everything.
Should Janeway be an S
But
or
when
A?
Cisco does the
I would give
opposite,
Jane- I
that's a bad thing
personally-
too. So make up your mind. You can't have it both ways.
I didn't
I
even want
know I
Janeway
wasn't
in
here,
it.
but I would put Janeway in an S for sure.
Yeah. Oh, that's enough to push her up there.
No, it isn't.
But it might be enough for Kevin. Might be enough to bring Cisco
Yeah,
down.
exactly.
If you're
Oh,
putting
no.
Janeway up there, Cisco definitely has to come down.
He's coming down. Maybe.
I agree.
No.
Davan, can you stop having a hard on and use your brain for a minute?
You got to get Janeway
everything
back down
Kevin
there,
just
'cause we
told
already
you.
voted on that.
Well,
Takes
Kevin,
him out of
Kevin,
it.
Kevin wants to bring her up.
Well, we already voted.
But I'm not the only person here.
That's true.
Are we back
We'll
to
come back
this?
to her.
I think. Well, we can always come back at the end, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll come back to Janeway at the end because Kevin was.
We're gonna come back to Cisco
All right.
after.
Janeway's better than Archer.
So, I think so too.
No.
Well, Archer's
Actually,
pretty
I think
great.
they're
I
pretty
could have made
similar.
him in this. Yeah, they're
very
pretty similar. Yeah, that's a good
Your
comparison.
pick next, Davan.
Yeah, maybe I am. Yeah, well, anyway, let's go with Captain Keo.
No, Captain of the Odyssey. He got himself blown up by the Jemadar.
Skeletor.
Oh,
I don't even remember this guy.
Hello, He-Man.
He got blown up. He does this. And
Yeah,
then
he's
he
got,
blows
he's
up.
got that first officer. I can't remember who played him in the radio theater now. I think he's like a D tier or a C tier.
This
Maybe
was
a
next
E.
gen, right?
Yeah, no, D Space Nine.
Oh, this was DS9. I really don't remember this guy. So
He
I
just
can't
kind of
really
strutted
judge.
around and then got blown up.
He came on the station. He was like, "Listen, I'm here to save the day, and I'm gonna show you how to beat these Jemadar." And then they completely kill him.
That sounds like an F to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, well.
If anything, that's making Burnham look
We don't
better.
see him do anything good.
Yeah, the only time we see him, he's a dick, and then he dies. Like I think he's F tier.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right, fair enough.
Overconfidence. That's always what puts
Yeah.
them in F tier.
He was ready for this
Overconfidence.
Dominion until he
pretty
wasn't.
much.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
And hubris.
All right. Captain Saru.
Captain Saru.
Ooh.
He's got
I mean, like,
wow.
C at best.
That was how I felt about it.
That was an
I'll
S
be making
tier
a-
just for that scream.
I would say even
Oh, that's awesome.
D or F just because he defers to Burnham. And what competent Starfleet officer would defer to
As a
Michael Burnham?
captain, I would probably put him in C, D, C.
Oh.
I'm gonna put him with B. I think he's a good captain.
But then he lets
He lacks
Burnham be the
confidence.
captain after him.
Yeah, he lets Burnham be the
Everybody
captain.
lets Burnham be the captain.
And they're all wrong. C.
They have a script to service.
Yeah.
True.
He was actually I preferred him as the captain the best.
You
in
did
season
too.
3.
Yes.
He is just as good as those three people we don't even know anything about in there in B.
He's with them.
They
he's
were
with
great,
Kirk.
though.
Yeah, he has
Oh,
potential.
They were great in that cave. Yeah, absolutely.
They
He's
were
got
great.
potential.
Finest cave captain.
Brought a lot of life to that cave.
The cave captain.
better than Georgiou?
I think he would have been a great captain if they had given him his own ship instead of this co-captain bullshit
Yes.
that they do in this show.
I agree.
See,
I like him at B. I think he's pretty good, actually.
I'm B
All
as
right.
well.
I think Kelpians are too fearful, maybe.
We need one more B.
But he
We
lost
need
his
a
his
B.
little tendrils
they
thing.
lose their ganglia. But
Yeah.
I know, and that
ganglia.
was the stupidest thing. I felt like a 2-year-old wrote that. That was the dumbest thing I've ever
sometimes
seen.
you just gotta lose your ganglia, David. What are you gonna do? So
I-
And he
but it was
becomes
an
a
improvement
predator,
to
yet
his
his
character.
personality doesn't change at all.
okay, who's the next captain?
Can't
Oh,
believe
that's
he's a
Davin's call.
well, let's go with Captain Sanders of the USS Malinche.
Oh, I do have a clip for him. Sanders.
Look, Captain, I understand how you feel. If one of my officers had fooled me the way Eddington fooled you, I'd take it personally too. Bad choice of words. I didn't mean fooled.
He's the guy who tries to go after Eddington, but then Eddington gets the drop on him.
Not good at choosing his words. That's
Oh,
for
this
sure.
goof. Okay, I know who this is now.
He's like D.
Yeah, D.
Yeah,
Maybe.
he couldn't even catch Eddington.
I feel like Eddington Eddington could be on this list as an S tier, and I hate him.
Come on now.
Eddington was a good
Oh,
Maquis
no.
That's
captain.
an interesting argument.
He was
I
a
think
good.
S
He was
is a
good
bit
at being
high.
Maquis.
I love Eddington, but come on now.
Yeah.
He's just a weirdo obsessed with like Hugo. Like
Uh,
My lucky lady.
All right.
Yeah, I think we're all fine with D for
D tier
Sanders.
for Sanders, even though he seemed like a good guy.
Okay. Yeah, he seemed like an alright guy.
All
just
right.
didn't get the job done.
Captain
Which is what he accuses
Christopher
Cisco of.
Pike.
Captain Pike?
Which
Yeah,
one?
the
Which one? We
original
got two
and
left.
Anson Mount versions, I guess.
The Anson Mount version?
Ooh. Oh,
Yeah.
my. S tier,
Anson-
boys.
Anson Mount. I say, where's my
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I that's hard to
Boys
say,
and girls.
This is your captain?
A or S?
We're a little early out of the gate, so I hope we didn't catch anybody with your hair wet or your pants down.
I say S tier.
Yeah.
Me too. He's pretty great.
Me too.
Yeah. No arguments here.
I
He's almost
can't.
too
You know
good
what?
at the job.
I feel for him like Davan feels for Cisco. All right, I got a heart on for him. Is
the
he
hair,
the best
isn't it?
captain? Oh, the hair for sure.
Pikes Peak?
Peak,
For
Peak, buddy.
Yeah, the
Pikes Peak all the
Peak,
way.
yeah.
You know, it's not just coffee anymore. But I would rather him be in an A, but I'm not going to argue with an S.
I think he's.
I mean, in terms of the actual character itself, the Pike that we meet in the original series, I would say is more of an A or a B captain.
Correct. Yeah.
Sure.
He makes an
Yeah, I would
absolute mess of Talos 4.
True.
That's fair.
So bad that he almost also ruins Spock's career and destroys the Enterprise later.
True.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it's a wonderful, tragic story, and a brilliant way for them to, preserve their unaired pilot or whatever. But, yeah, for me, he would sit in an A. I think everybody else is voting on an S anyway. But
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to stick with A as well. But I think the S's still take it. But because we also have to remember, it's not just the Anson Muntz version of him. We also have to keep in mind.
It's one character.
It's one character. So.
And I mean, Anson Mount does put a nice shine on the character. That's for
Oh,
sure.
absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to define that character inevitably.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
Jeffrey
for
Hunter.
Sure.
And the most tragic thing about this is there's no way that series is going to run as long as fucking
Yes, it will.
Burnham. No,
Yes, it
there's no way it's
will.
going to run that long.
The Walking Dead.
It'll get 5 seasons.
It's not going to get 5 seasons.
It gets better ratings. Why wouldn't it?
It'd be nice if it did, but I don't think it will.
All right.
Well, hit it.
But I was wrong about Discovery, so who knows?
All right, Captain Rudy Ransom.
Rudy Ransom, who I do have a clue.
Rudy
for.
Ransom.
Is he related to the other Ransom? Do we know?
That's what we want to know. Captain Rudy Ransom.
Starfleet Regulation 3, Paragraph 12. In the event of imminent destruction, a captain is authorized to preserve the lives of his crew by any justifiable means.
Played by former mayor of Halifax, John Savage.
Was he the mayor of Halifax?
Yeah, he was.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Not the same John Savage.
Not the
No.
same one, but same name, but
Same name,
Same name.
not the same man. This guy
unfortunately not.
is easily a bottom. He's like a bottom of the barrel captain. Like he was
Bad man.
bad man. He's
He's not an F.
But
I
wasn't
would
he
put him
like
at
a
D.
good captain that just broke bad in one moment, like Maxwell?
I think, yeah.
He's
I
in the
think
D tier. The
He turned his
the
EMH into an
PTSD
evil like
bad
hologram.
tier. Yeah, I think he's D.
He was torturing 7
D.
of 9. He had no ethics.
None.
He kind of like found his humanity a little at the end, as he was about to die anyway. So,
yeah,
bad dude.
He's better
I'm
than
fine with either
Burnham.
D or F. I don't know if he
I
is
vote
better
to
than
D.
Burnham.
I think
No,
he's better than
yeah,
Burnham.
F.
He doesn't deserve to crawl out of F. He's
F.
I'm not going to
Okay.
argue with it because I really don't care.
He was creepy with 7 too. You could stay here with me and like stay in my quarters if you like.
Yeah, we can have our
Oh,
holodeck.
he's amazing at being creep in almost everything you see him play in. Absolutely
fair.
amazing. What a great actor that way. He plays a
He
great
is,
villain.
It was a great performance,
Well,
and I thought it was great. I like the
and
story,
Millard.
but I think as a captain, he's a very bad captain.
We're not judging the
Oh,
actor
yeah.
though. Yeah,
Right,
because if we were
looks like
judging
we
the
go down to
actor,
the
Ronnie
final
Cox
four.
should be an S.
Yeah, Ronnie Cox is great.
Ronnie Cox is amazing.
Down to the final 4.
Let's
All
turn
right.
it down
We
to
actually have
Captain
a
Ronnie.
few more that we added here.
We have 7 still.
Oh, well then, my list is outdated. Well, I'll go with Captain Hernandez.
Captain
Of the
Hernandez,
US
the
of
captain of the
NX-02.
NX-02.
Columbia.
Where's my hand?
I'm married to Starfleet. Just like you.
Just like you. She's talking to Archer. She's the captain of Columbia.
I don't know if she's Archer level though. I'd probably put her B.
B?
B's fine.
We haven't even got to her really in the Enterprise rewatch yet, so
No, I have no idea who this is.
She's the captain of the sister
doesn't
ship
do
that
much.
launches later.
yeah, there's the NX-02 that comes after.
The NX-02 is the next ship that comes out. Yeah.
She's that ship.
We see more of
biggest
her.
claim to fame-
I think we see her at the beginning of season 4, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
she comes in season 4.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think she's like a B, I guess. Doesn't she get like killed though, and her ship gets lost in time or something?
Spoilers.
What? No.
Okay, good.
No, I don't think she does that.
No, she's fine. Nothing happens to her.
She goes through a couple rough patches, but
Jane, what do you want to put
she's-
her?
she's
Captain
fine.
Erica Hernandez.
I will go with the majority on this captain.
Is she? She's better than Carol Freeman. I think she's not as good as Carol Freeman.
No, I don't think she's. I think Carol should be a B, but
I think she should be a B as well.
No.
We can't.
No way.
What are we doing? Just moving people around?
Why are we moving people around? Especially with Davan, because Davan's like, I like her. Let's put her up.
Okay, she's
higher."
a C then. She's a
make
C.
her a
I
C.
think.
Make her a C.
Yeah, that feels right. She's not.
She's
She's not a
fine.
B. She's no Saru.
Doesn't do anything. Yeah.
She's no
Right now.
Saru.
Yeah, I'm sure
Well,
I
no,
saw
you
her.
know,
I don't
she is a
remember
B.
her.
All right. What about Captain Pike from the
I
Kelvin
think she's a
universe?
B. Actually, I think she's more.
I think
competent
she
than
is a B,
Carol.
though.
She's not as aloof. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
She's not as dumb.
Captain Pike from the
Bruce-
Kelvin
Bruce
universe.
Greenwood.
I love him.
He's got one good speech.
Your father was captain of a starship for 12 minutes. He saved 800 lives, including your mother's and yours. I dare you to do better.
That is a good line.
Double dare you. I double Pike dare you.
Is he? He's not S tier for sure.
No.
No, he's not even A tier.
I
He
would
might
say
be.
he's a B.
He's at least B. I think he
I
might
think
be
he's
an
a
A.
B.
I think
No,
I
he's
would
not
put
Give
him
an
in
A tier up there with those.
I wouldn't
guys.
put him with Janeway. No, Janeway's better than him.
Doesn't he
I feel
just-
like
doesn't he
he's
just
not.
go out and
He's
get
not better than
killed?
the Chris Pine Kirk, is he?
He's better than every single one of those cave captains that you have in B tier.
I would say he's
Can't top Ricks.
equivalent to Chris Pinekirk. I would say.
Equivalent to Chris Pine.
Yeah,
It's
it's
fine.
fine. B is fine.
Yeah.
I'm good with
Alright.
B.
Going with
Captain
B tier.
Chakotay.
Captain
Oh,
Chakotay, specifically
Chakotay.
of the Protostar.
Yeah.
When he was a captain.
Mayday. Mayday. It's day 72 since the Val and the Cot captured the Protostar. They're planning to launch it back through the wormhole with a weapon aboard. Half my crew's gone, but I'm trying to hang on.
I haven't
Now,
seen
I'd
him
like
in
to say this-
Prodigy, so I can't really mark him, but I hate
Well, put it
Chakotay.
this way: as far as Prodigy goes, Jody, he becomes captain, and then his whole crew gets killed.
Yeah.
So,
Except
Fail.
for his
bird
bird
guy.
man first
But-
officer.
But was it his
Yeah,
fault?
his bird. Well, we don't know,
He-
but he certainly didn't
It
save his
wasn't.
crew.
It didn't seem like it was. His
Oh,
fault.
he didn't save his crew. Okay, then he's at least a C.
We should also consider that he was a captain of a Maquis ship as well.
True.
Yeah.
Mm.
He was a great Maquis captain.
A tier.
So, like Maquis
tier.
captain, he's
A
excellent.
He's
tier.
not
No.
A
Was he?
tier.
He had a Cardassian
No way.
spy and a Federation spy on his ship.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay.
D.
Yeah.
D or D or F.
I'm with Jane. D.
D or,
B,
D, or,
B.
D, or, D or F.
B tier.
2 Ds.
I'll be
C.
happy with
C.
C.
C. We're
C.
going to C.
I can compromise
Yeah.
on C. I'm okay
All
with
The
right.
C.
Protostar? I'd say D, but yeah.
I
I'd
think
say D.
Delico's not
Great.
high enough, but anyway.
All right, so we're gonna leave him there in C. I think that's the compromise on Chakotay. We got 4 captains left, including
All right, let's go with Captain 7 of 9.
Captain 7.
Was Rowan Admiral
7 of 9.
in
No.
Picard?
No, she's commander.
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 Where's my
Commander.
Ma'am, I'm just a cook. I had lunar flight class training, but I didn't finish. I was close, but my mom got sick, and I had to run the deli back home because my brother had a hernia. and-
You were a pilot. That makes you are a pilot.
Captain
Good
7
one.
of 9?
I think she's a B.
Captain Annika Hansen.
Yeah,
I think
we
she's
have
a B. She's very much the Calvin Kirk.
She's
does
good.
the same stupid shit, but she does.
She's not as good as
stuff.
Janeway, is she?
No,
No, she's not as good as Janeway.
No.
B seems right then.
Yeah.
I think B is fine.
Yeah. Easy.
Yeah.
We got this guy from Star Trek 3, The Search for
This guy.
This
F.
guy.
I don't even know who he is.
Who even is that guy, and how did he get on the list?
His name is Captain JT Esteban.
Did you just like add him like 2 seconds?
I added him
Go
at the
on
11th
like
hour.
Memory Alpha and just
He
look
gets
up every
killed.
captain.
He gets killed by Christopher Lloyd very quickly in that movie.
Yes.
Sadek, that's extraordinary. What would you like to do next?
Yeah, he's always like, "Hey Savick, what do you want to do?" Spock's back to life. That's cool. And then like they're like, "Hey, Captain, there's a Klingon bird of prey."
D.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
like
I
a D
think
tier.
D. Yeah,
Yeah,
I remember who this guy is now.
yeah, he doesn't make it too long. Okay, 2 captains left. We got
Let's go with Amina Ramsey.
Amina Ramsey, who was Mariner's best friend at the academy, and she's a captain by the time of this stuff.
She seemed to be a better captain than Freeman. She seemed to have her shit together
That is
better than
true.
Freeman did.
You want to put her
she's-
above Freeman?
I'm not putting her
Yeah.
above Freeman though.
I'll
All
put her-
right, fine.
Put her in the
I
same.
think- yeah,
tier.
same
Put her with
California
Freeman.
class captain.
We ran out of space
I'm
in
fine.
the B's anyway, clearly.
C tier.
Well, we
It's
could get
true.
some more space if you guys had some brains in your damn head.
Yeah,
on.
why is Cyril there? No, I'm just kidding.
I just got worms in my head.
Brainworms, huh?
We could S tier Ricks, that Bolian guy.
No. Okay,
Uh,
honestly, he's a fucking cave captain. You didn't see him do anything.
He's a cave captain.
This is outraging me. The 3 of them that you have in there, they're in one episode, and the only thing you guys got going for you is that Picard said they're good.
If he doesn't
If
listen
you
to enough
inflicted your
locutors of
blood
Trek,
pressure
he would
this
know.
evening alone makes it so worth it.
God,
Let's
I'm
just
literally
last
turned
guy.
and I'm this angry at this.
I feel
last,
like we
last
should start
captain
a
we're,
Rick's
just
podcast.
to rate is Captain Balthasar Edison of the USS Franklin, who was in Star Trek Beyond, Kevin's favorite Star Trek
Oh
movie.
my god. F just for being in Star Trek Beyond.
I have seen that movie like 6 times and I have no idea what happened.
Still don't know what's going on.
It's so boring. I cannot pay attention to it.
It's Idris
It's
Elba.
so
He becomes
dumb.
Crawl, the villain of the movie, and anyway. So,
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, Idris Elba. Oh,
F.
yeah,
cool.
F tier.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's our last captain.
Right?
Now,
you'll be happy,
Kevin,
you'll be
do we
happy to know
revisit
that the Leafs are
Janeway?
now in overtime.
Oh, they're gonna lose.
They're gonna lose. Oh, no.
I thought they
Joking.
were winning.
Losers
They
don't
let
The
the
win.
Devils
Leafs
are
winning.
losing right now, but it's only second period.
So, would you guys change anything looking at this now?
100%.
Kevin
I'd
wants to
change a whole
vote
bunch of these
Janeway.
things.
Oh, yeah,
I feel like
Janeway's
Janeway
S tier
is
for me.
No.
I feel like Janeway at least deserves to be at the front of the A's.
If you want to,
I could-
flip Janeway and Cisco, I'd be okay with that. But there's no way in hell that Cisco should be an S. Especially
Yes, he
just
should.
what
He's
Kevin
sick.
has said alone. That should automatically tell you.
It would be
Riker,
all
I
about
think, should be
Janeway
lower
being
as
an
well.
S if it weren't for that point that Dave made that she just locked herself away from the crew for 6 months, and that's like not good. That's not good.
She was
Captain.
having a mental
You're
health.
the last. You're the last.
That was
person
a
on the
bit
ship
of a
that gets
mental
to
health
do
break.
Picard did
Like-
that for 7 years.
What?
He
never went to the
Oh
poker game.
yeah, he did. But he still did his
he
duties.
keeps
She
a
wasn't doing her
professional
duties.
distance from the crew.
Yes, but she wasn't. He still does his duties. She wasn't. Like,
That's true.
She, wasn't
He
even
was
doing her
doing
duties.
literally nothing.
Yeah, literally nothing.
I think actually,
Didn't even come to the bridge.
yeah, Janeway shouldn't be an S, and I don't think Cisco should be either.
Yes,
I think Cisco and Janeway are very equal.
I feel like
Try
Cisco.
being
Could,
a-
I feel like I would be. Cisco could come down.
Yeah,
out of S. But
Let's end this show before anything drastic happens. Alright, so,
That
did
right
you
there
guys
should be
know
proof that it shouldn't be an S.
that we're a member of a united federation
No,
of
no.
podcasts?
Why are we editing right now? We still got time to talk about this.
There's no time.
There's lots of time.
We're part of a federation.
Bring him down. Bring him
Part
down.
of a
bring him down.
federation of
Lo-
podcasts.
Are we locked?
Don't do it. It's
No, we're not
over.
locked. What are we doing
He's
here?
running it already.
No, and like we got lots of other Star Trek content here. We do Command Division stuff where they review the shows over there, over Enterprise at 8, and things like that.
So basically, we just wasted
Star
2
Trek
hours.
Radio
Dave, are you
theater.
taking notes? This is the greatest outro ever.
Science Division, we do stuff, debates, sciencey things. Locutors of Trek, we
are
normally it's me
seriously
and
going
Dave, but
to leave this as it is. This is ridiculous.
What? Yeah,
This is ridiculous.
X-Rated, the X-Men animated review show. Check us out on Tuesdays. It's a good time over there. We just interviewed Len Yulee, writer, and we were gonna interview the voice of. Jody just couldn't handle it anymore.
I can definitely handle it. This is an abomination.
I feel like we got it right mostly.
I'm with you, Jody. Anyway, I am with you, Jody.
I get kicked
We
out
have
of
the
this
ability to
stream.
remove each other, isn't that?
Because I have it in.
Oh my god. Jody has too much power here. So yeah, and we're gonna interview the voice of Cable coming up, and David Cutler,
cool.
Marvel comic artist David Cutler, joining us next week as he does every so often. And then Marvel Comics artist Adam Gorham is gonna, well, not just Marvel Comics, he did most of the art for like all the recent years of Ninja Turtles comics. Yeah, he'll be joining us for our season finale. That'll be fun. In Graphic Histories podcast, where you can hear him interview Adam Gorham. Coming up, I think this Friday. They had to take a week off. And we got Hold Up a Movie podcast coming up on Wednesday, where we'll. He thinks Clone
like a whole other tier.
I agree.
Yeah, I feel like Jane
forget all the
we're somewhere in between S and A, and that's why
people like to watch over all the crazy dumb shit Kirk has done over the years. It's like, oh, but he's Kirk. It's fine. It's like, well, anyway. Yeah, Hold Up Movie podcast. What do we got coming up? Jaemeel's gonna be on. It's heist movies. Check that out.
Which movies?
The Pink Panther from 1963.
No,
Starring the great Peter Sellers. Yes, indeed. Never seen it. Looking forward to it because I love Peter Sellers after seeing Dr. Strangelove.
What a film!
Oh yeah, this is a whole different Peter Sellers.
I'm sure Dave didn't enjoy it that much.
I
no, but he loved Peter Sellers. He just didn't realize he did. We're like, no, he plays that character too. He's like, what? Like,
I came to
Peter
appreciate
Sellers.
There is definitely a difference between the two characters. Yes,
3 characters. He
Three
plays
characters.
three
Actually, he
characters.
does 3. Yeah,
he does.
Yeah. Dave made the very comment that 2 of those characters were great, but I think all 3 of them were great.
They're all great.
Yeah, I like 2 of them. I like 2 of the 3. Yes.
I'm guessing the
Super
German
Brothers.
is the one that Dave didn't like, right?
He did not like Dr. Strangelove.
I didn't like the Doctor Strange, the title character. I thought this
Dave's
was his worst
racist. Just to let you know. No, I'm just kidding.
against Germans.
It's the Germans.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Super Mater Brothers. What do
Big
you got
Brother
going on
Canada
over there?
11 and Super Mater Brothers. We're doing Survivor 44 right now. Check us out Wednesdays and Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Mater Marvel Society. Guardians 3 coming out soon.
We've seen that Friday,
covering that.
and then we got to figure out when you and Jaemeel and I are talking about it. So very soon.
That's coming out this Friday?
It's coming out Thursday.
Oh, wow. Okay. Soon then. I'll get my tickets.
You're pretty excited about it.
Also, yeah. Yeah. I mean,
really excited.
yeah.
Doesn't even know what it's talking about.
Oh, I'm bad with stuff like that.
Yeah, me too.
Trivial debates. What's up next there, Dave?
We're looking to get Chris Seymour hosting. I'm just trying to nail.
The legendary 3-time, 4-time champion Chris Seymour.
Yes.
How many times has Chris hosted in the past?
Oh, I lost count.
Nah, he's probably done it.
Really? Has he?
5 or 6 of them, maybe.
Oh yeah. Okay.
At least.
Seems like 100.
Aiming on track. Aiming on track.
Yeah, he's got Jaemeel coming on soon, I believe.
Actually, I'm going to be on next.
You're on
Are
next?
you?
Oh, what album are you bringing?
Nirvana. Never mind. Never mind.
Never mind.
Sweet God. Most cliche album of the 90s. All right.
It embodies the 90s though, and that's
Yep.
exactly what we're going to talk about.
Definitely.
And also the Hellbound podcast. I think that's it. Yeah, that
I
is
think the
it.
next time I go
All
on
right.
Eamon's podcast, I might bring like Rankin Family or something to really educate.
Didn't you already bring the soundtrack to Hamilton or something?
Yeah, I was really showing him some stuff.
It was a snore fest. Anyway,
I'm bringing reggae next time.
I was
All right.
going to do a reggae album, and then I'm like, I better do something.
I'll go on and do Leo Carmichael.
Oh, awesome! That'd be amazing.
Leo Carmichael.
We saw him live. Could have had his autograph, but we said no.
He's got 20 fans on Spotify.
20? That's about 19 more than I thought. But anyway, and that's only if his mom has a subscription.
Any final thoughts?
This is a sham, and we should have never did it.
Yeah.
Well, as long as everyone's unhappy, I think we did a good job.
Yeah, I think we got to the truth here.
It's the art of the possible.
I think Archer was ranked too high, but it's fine. You know,
Yeah, he's great.
my-
All right. Well,
I like what Clone Army said here. The captains of the cave.
Oh yeah.
The cave.
All right. Well, in that case, end transmission.
Bye.